Hey guys, welcome back to the Shoot For It podcast. This is a show where we talk shooting jumpers and shooting for takedowns. Today we got a fun one, man. I'm your boy Gabe, aka That Persian OT. Come check me out. Well, we're always talking about basketball, MMA, and that's our bread and butter.
That's right. And your co-host right here, we got Juho Kim, aka Juho Kim00. Follow me on Instagram. Also wanted to quickly shout out my nickname, Taekwon Ho, made by yours truly. And as we were mentioning, lots of fun things to catch up, guys. We have so much news, both NBA and MMA today, actually. We kind of have an overlap because of the finals. But before we get into all that, our super producer, Nick Kaviani, has a great game in store for us. What do you got for us, Nick?
Alright, so today we got a little game called... Technology wants to agree with me. Don't look, hold on.
I'm not looking.
No spoilers.
No spoilers.
It's called Blind Ranking?
Alright. Blind ranking.
Alrighty. Alright, that's it. That's all y'all get.
Alright.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, y'all have to work together and, yeah, we'll see what happens.
Alright.
What are we blind ranking?
Yeah, what's going on here?
You'll find out.
Alright.
Interesting. Okay. All right.
Lots-
We're working
lots
together
of,
on this one, Gio.
yeah, guys,
Let's go.
And this finally gives me my first win.
Hey, hey, I mean, is this game even about winning?
To me it is.
To Juho it is.
That's more of an existential question.
Yeah, very
Is life
much.
about winning?
Shout out to existentialism. Alright, what do we got here?
Alright, let's go.
Derek Lewis post-fight interview saying my balls was hot.
My balls was hot. I understand.
That's an iconic moment.
So
Was this the Volkov fight?
I
I think it is. I
don't
think this is
remember.
the
Might have been.
Alexandre Volkov. He was getting pieced up for the entire fight badly, and then last 10 seconds knocks him out with 2 hits.
And then the post-fight interview, he just takes his pants off. He's just out there with his underwear,
Yeah.
talking to Joe Rogan. He's like, "Why'd you take your pants off,
Yeah.
Derek?"
And it
My
kind of
balls was hot.
kind of became a kind of iconic thing for him to just start doing.
Yeah.
He started taking his pants off pretty much every win, and also started throwing his cup out.
I've
remember
seen
that?
that. Yeah, he
So he
throws
threw
it
his
to the
cup
crowd.
out, and some weirdo picked it up, and they zoomed in.
They
It's
pour
like,
some-
that's a weirdo, guys.
Pour some beer in there. And
Yeah. Oh god! do a shoey.
do a bally.
What's that?
Oh! Alright, so we're ranking
Okay.
this?
Yeah, rank
One-
it out of 10.
Out of 10?
And 1 is the best.
Yes, 1 is the best,
I think
10 is
if
the
we're
worst.
working together on this, I think we could take turns
Yeah.
to make this more interesting.
Okay. You want to take the first
I'll
one?
take the first one. I think that this, I might be a little biased. Derek Lewis is from Houston, one of our
Yep.
favorite swang and bang
H-Town, swing and
fighters.
bang.
Put on Fat Pat
Mhm.
as an intro song. Destroyed that fight by Cyril Gahn, but still great. I'll give this, I think, and tell me if you agree with me, I'll give this a 4.
A 4?
Here.
No, sorry.
Before y'all rank it, let me jump in here. I think y'all should work together on every...
Okay,
On
I
every
agree.
single
You're
one.
right.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
okay. That's kind of high as I said it. What about 6?
6? Okay, well, the thing is, he still didn't tell us what the category is. What I don't know what
There-
we're...
But
Here, okay,
the
I'll
balls
give
was
you a
hot.
Balls was hot.
I'll give you a hint. There's no category.
Oh.
Okay, well, you know what? I think what we should do is have this as,
A placeholder.
the pace setter. So
Okay.
I think we just put it at 5.
I agree. There you go. I was dancing around 5, but you landed right there. My balls was hot at 5.
Balls was hot is going at 5. Let's
Alright.
see what's next.
All right. What
We
do
put
got
it in.
next?
The Sahara Desert. Okay.
Dude,
Well.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Never been.
Don't
But-
want to. Don't want to.
Not a place I would ever want to go.
Yeah, for
It is-
multitude of reasons, I would not want to go to the Sahara.
It's also hot,
Very hot.
just like Derek Lewis's balls.
Worse than his balls. Worse than his balls.
I
Hotter
don't
than
know.
his balls.
Have you all experienced either? You don't know.
I mean,
That sounds like a nightmare.
as a
Both
human
the
being,
situations.
as a human being, also from Houston, where the balls do get hot. I
need
don't
a-
think I would want it to get as hot as it does in the Sahara.
I'll
so
say
I think
this,
it has to be below 5.
The balls was hot as a swampy heat. This is a dry desert heat.
This is a dry heat. I think it
I'm
has
gonna
to be
give-
lower than 5.
This definitely.
I would say
I'm
8
giving
or
that
9.
a 9, bro.
8 or 9 because I don't know what's coming
Sahara
out.
Desert at 9.
Okay, the Sahara is going at number 9.
Yeah, the Sahara at 9. Locked in, loaded.
Alrighty, y'all ready for the next
What's
one?
next? What's next?
The vastness of space and knowing that we are probably not the only ones out there. I'll say this. That sounds scary, but that makes me feel excited.
I think so too. It's more of like an optimistic outlook where it's like there's more out there than just human beings on planet Earth.
Yeah, but I will admit that's a glass half full look, and
Yeah.
I don't like it as much as Balls was hot. It doesn't bring me as much joy.
Okay, I think
I think it was a good call making that like the meter.
I think
Do we
so.
like it more or less than Derek Lewis's balls?
I don't know if I want to put it closer to the Sahara, but
Maybe 7.
let's try 7.
7.
Okay, what?
All right, vastness of space at 7.
Vastness of space.
All right,
Number 7. What we got next?
What we got next?
bagel with oh.
With onion and chive cream cheese. I mean, it's pretty hard to beat that for a
So
nice
good.
little breakfast.
I do really like myself a bagel and cream cheese. The only reason I don't get it more is because it's way overpriced. You get a bagel and cream cheese at Einstein's, and you can get like 4 McDoubles. You know what I'm saying? And also, I will say this: I do like this combo. I don't know, but you actually were very curious to know. My favorite cream cheese is never the sour cream and the onion and chive.
Oh, dude, this
It
the
is really
best
good.
one. This is the best.
I love
one.
it. I love it.
What's
But
your go-to?
this might be a hot take. I like the sun-dried tomato one a lot.
Oh,
I
I've
think
never
that
had
one's
that one.
stupid good. And then if I'm feeling sweet, honey walnut.
Ooh, both those sound good. I mean, honestly, I'm more of a savory guy than a sweet guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had this one before.
I'm still putting that at like a 3.
I typically put like just plain cream cheese on my bagel.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
get it toasted with
I
plain
like cream.
cheese.
Yeah, plain's fine.
I mean, I'm not like a
I also like the white sesame bagels too. I'm a big fan of those. I like all kinds of bagels actually. You know what else I really like? Lox on bagels.
Yes.
I've never had that either.
Salmon, onion, tomato, everything bagel.
That sounds pretty good. Okay, so
I'm down to put this at 3.
it's
because
better
I'm
than
hungry.
Derek Lewis's balls.
Oh yeah, for sure. And it's definitely
Okay.
it's definitely one space above his balls.
Okay, bagel with
Bagel with
onion,
onion and chive cream
Onion
cheese
and chive cream
above
cheese.
the balls. Do they smell like them? Maybe.
They probably smell similar.
Oh, okay, so let's just
Okay.
They
let's
smell-
move on.
Moving
We're
on.
moving on.
What we got?
Oh wow.
Oh, the flu game, bro. I mean,
Is it better than a bagel with sour?
Is it?
With chive and
I mean,
onion
it's one of the
cream?
most iconic moments of all time. It's partial. It's this is a series of moments that made Michael Jordan so legendary. They had, made a multi-billion-dollar industry.
It is
Everyone
better
wears
than a
the
bagel.
shoes.
Come on, we're gonna get roasted.
There's
if
a
it's not.
flu game specific Jordan shoe colorway.
All right, you made your point. I think it has to go at 2.
I think.
I'm not putting it at
2.
1.
I don't know what is coming out.
It's
of
not that
with
much
next.
better than a bagel.
Okay, we're going flu game at 2. That's
All right, I like our list so far. I like it. I like it. I like.
okay. I don't feel bad about it yet.
Not
What we got
yet.
Next.
Half-eaten. So I find it half-eaten.
Yes.
Do I know who ate that half?
No.
Half-eaten nacho.
That makes
platter.
that makes it like a 10. And I'll tell you why it's worse than the Sahara, because it's like water that you can't drink and you're so thirsty. You want those nachos bad, but you don't know if they have syphilis on them. You know what I'm saying? So you're not gonna eat them, but they're there.
It's like it's
calling
like
your
I'm
name.
just imagining like you had 2 or 3 beers at the game, and the lines are crazy. Like let's just say like you're coming back from halftime. You spent the entire halftime just waiting in line to go to the bathroom, but you're like starving. You're getting that munchies from the beers, and you don't want to miss the game and go wait in line for food now.
You're really making this very specific. Is this something you've gone through, my
You're
friend?
starving. Well,
All I say is like that looks like there's a couple flies buzzing around off
maybe so.
screen.
You just find a plate of nachos. Under
Well,
the
how about
seat
this?
next
Is
to
this
you.
better than the vastness of space or not? Half-eaten nachos. Is it better or not?
Probably not. Because like
They're close. They're close.
the vastness of space, like there's just so much you can think about, or it's
Yeah.
like the possibilities
Yeah.
are endless. But this is the possibilities are right in front of you.
Right in front of you, and it's gross.
And
All
it's-
right, I'd say put it right above Sahara. because
let's go ahead and
yeah.
do that. Because like at the end of the day,
You're
would
not
you
in the
rather
desert.
eat a
Yes.
half-eaten plate of nachos or be stuck in the
Exactly.
Sahara?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. You're right.
Half-eaten nachos.
Half-eaten
going at
nachos
number
right above at 8. All right.
8. We got 1, 4, 6, and 10 left.
Yep. 1, 4, 6, and 10. I like it. We're really holding out for 1. I think 1 is coming up in the next couple.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. He's probably gonna throw a curveball at us
Let's
here.
see. Oh, a single braid of grass, but really long. That has to go, I think, somewhere in the balls was hot region.
I think so too.
It's just a matter of is it above or below the balls.
Hey, yo, okay.
Long. It's a long piece of grass.
I mean, that is kind of like
It's
a
cool.
marvel of nature. You're just like, imagine back in the day, you know, you're at your elementary school recess or whatever, and you're just playing in the grass. All of a sudden, you see like one really long blade of grass. You're like, whoa, that's pretty cool.
Is it?
man.
It is better than the vastness of space.
It's much more simplified.
Yeah.
It's much more human. It's
You know what?
much more-
To many creatures, that is their whole world. Like microorganisms. Ever think about that? Wow.
Okay. Well, I don't think it's more iconic or more.
I think you can go right
entertaining
below
thing.
balls was hot. Right?
Balls was hot.
Yeah.
I think is better than
Yeah.
a long blade of grass.
So at 6, we got a really long blade of grass, guys. All right.
Okay, 1, 4, and 10. Still
1, 4,
on the
and
board.
10. So we got 1, 4, and 10. Long blade of grass. A little Asian came out there. Braid of grass. What's going on after that?
We got
Oh
people
my
who wear
God. I'm
sunglasses
so glad we kept
inside.
10 open. I'm glad we kept 10 open.
I think so.
I think we kept 10 open for a
That's
reason.
worse than the Sahara.
Oh yeah. Oh, 100%. 100% worse than the Sahara. The Sahara is a beautiful geographical phenomenon
Yeah.
where
yeah.
multiple vast, vibrant cultures live and thrive. There's no place. The only place for these people is a special place in hell.
And also
Enough
think about
said. Mic drop.
and just think about also like
Sunglasses inside. Are you an idiot?
think about how like how,
Sub that idiot word for anything else.
the desert has like inspired so many movies.
Inspiring.
Like-
Lion King.
Like imagine there's no like the mystery of the
Kumbaya.
desert inspired that whole Dune franchise. essentially.
Dune.
I mean,
Egypt. Come on.
okay,
Sahara's pretty
okay,
cool, man.
okay. Sunglasses.
You see a
inside.
guy like that inside. If a bartender sees a guy like that inside, on the check, the back of the bartender, like, watch out for him. He's a creep, like, and give it to the girl.
He's a creep, or either he's like on something.
Or not up to,
Yeah.
or up to
He's
no good.
high or drunk.
Anyone
or
who wears
he's just
sunglasses
hiding
inside is up to no
Or
good.
they're just like they're too like
Immediately
into
sus.
themselves. They're like, oh, I'm so
Yeah.
cool. I don't even take these off
Yeah.
inside. Okay, so 10.
All of it's bad.
Clear 10. Okay,
all of it's
sunglasses
bad.
inside.
Yeah.
There's no positives
Yeah.
that I can think of.
I'm very. You know what? 1 and 4 left.
Oh, wait, okay.
I don't like Nick's face.
We'll see. We'll see.
The next one has to be 1. The next one has to be 1.
Hopefully.
Because I don't want to leave the last one being 1.
Oh God. Okay. Okay. What we got next? The liquid inside of sour cream container. Is that better than Derek Lewis's balls?
Well, we have to put it above his balls. That okay.
Hey, you like
that,
Duke, don't you?
that liquid
I
isn't
like
gross.
Duke. What?
Duke. He likes that.
I like
Duke.
Doog. I like Doog. Doog, for y'all's information, is a delicious Persian yogurt
It's nasty.
fermented drink.
Delicious. I don't know, man.
It's
The
that.
two
It's sour cream
Persian
liquid.
kids here don't like it. But I like it.
It's nasty.
Keep an open mind on the sour cream liquid. All right. Above balls was hot.
It can't be 1.
Yeah, it can't be 1. Crap, bro. I'm
Sour
scared.
cream liquid going at number 4.
So before we get to 1, you want to list off what we got in order?
So 1 is open. So 2 we got flu game.
Michael
3
Jordan.
bagel with the onion and cream cheese.
Yep.
Onion and chive cream cheese.
Yep.
4 sour cream liquid. I don't know about that
Yeah.
pick. My balls was hot at 5.
Okay.
Long blade of grass at 6. Vastness of space at 7.
Uh-huh.
Half-eaten nachos at 8. The Sahara at 9. And the sunglasses inside at
I
10.
like that list. I think the balls was hot at 5 was a great play by us.
I think so too.
All that can mess this up is this 1. So Nick,
Okay, number 1.
do it, man. What do we got
Coming
here? Joe Rogan's face. All right.
Oh, hell yeah. This has got to be number 1. This has
All
got to
right,
be
we're
number
good.
1.
Above the
Easy.
flu game. This has provided tons of entertainment versus, Jordan's one iconic moment, right? And let's be real, guys.
Well, Jordan's had a lot of iconic moments.
Let's
but,
just be real.
But he's
Jordan,
done this
come
specific
on,
thing a bunch
man.
of times.
Like, after that whole documentary, come on. The guy's kind of a dick, right?
I mean, like, it was kind of depressing watching The Last Dance because it's like, is being the best of all time the sacrifices you have to make to be the GOAT? He doesn't seem like he's happy with his life now. I mean, there's a lot of times where he started getting emotional, like feeling sorry for himself. It's like, well, if you didn't want to play that way, don't play that way.
Yeah.
Like things like that, where it's like all the things he had to do
to get great.
to be that good.
Think about like Kobe too. He was great, but the dude was waking up at like 4 a.m., going home at 12 at midnight. Yep. Dude was getting like 4 or 5 hours of sleep a night. I could not do that and keep my sanity.
I mean, totally sacrificing his social life. He didn't have a ton of time with his kids.
Yeah.
He's on the road all the time. Joe Rogan's scream, though.
Yeah, Joe Rogan's scream. Let's get back to that. Oh! Oh! One of my favorite things with Joe Rogan is like he'll hype up a prospect and they'll just get flatlined mid-sentence. Yeah. He's like, oh God, yep, he's getting into the under... Oh. And you'll just hear Joe Rogan just silent. Yeah. That's another fun Joe Rogan reaction. But yeah, I'm glad endless entertainment from that face, especially when he grabs the people next to him. Awesome time. I couldn't imagine how fun it would be to be that close to the action.
Just being right
watching
there.
The professionals go at it, literally a foot away from you.
You're hearing all the inside scoop from the trainers, talking to the fighter.
And right next to you, you have 2 Hall of Famers usually commentating.
Yeah, that are knowledgeable about the sport.
Crazy.
You're not watching with casuals. Yeah. You're watching with people.
And then afterwards, all the fighters are dying to come on your podcast and talk to you.
Exactly.
That's your life.
The only negative about being Joe Rogan, right there, commentating, is that you probably get blood splattered on you. But some people might think it's a positive.
Yeah, and he's bald. Well, that's our list, guys. Joe Rogan's scream on top. Everything else, I think I really like. So I think first round success.
First round is good. I like
first round success. Nick, what do you think about our list? You think it went pretty much the way you thought?
I think y'all did pretty good.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. We're getting better at these blind rankings. I like the baseline. The baseline's important.
I think, setting the tone.
Yeah. All right. So that was list 1, guys. Comment if you guys agree with us or if you don't.
Y'all ready for round 2?
Round 2. Let's do it.
Round 2. Yeah, I'm ready to go.
All right. Number 1.
All right. What do we got?
The feeling of stepping on a crunchy leaf in fall.
Wow.
That's like one of those like kind of feelings, huh? That's crunchy one of those like leaf. Pinterest that small moment when you crunch the leaves in autumn. You know what I mean? I can smell the pumpkin spice off of this.
Exactly. I mean, it's so satisfying.
And I will say fall, maybe this is also just because we're from Texas, I think fall is the best time of the year.
I think it's the best Texas season.
It's not even really close. You know, the only thing about fall is maybe the pollen is pretty bad, but that's every year, every season.
It's not as bad as the spring.
Yeah, true. So yeah, I already like fall. I love the crunchiness of fall for sure. I am going to put this at a 4, personally.
I don't mind 4. I mean,
I think it's a baseline kind of, right? Like how much do we like above or below a crunchy feeling of a leaf?
I think,
but it's more than average.
I think that's better than the mid-level exception here.
Okay. All right.
Crunchy
leaves at 4. Crunchy leaves at 4. All right.
Okay, I like that.
What do we got
That
next?
first one.
The game-winning shot made by Hallie.
Which one?
Bittersweet, man.
Or in the finals, though. Okay.
Dude, is he gonna be the same? We're gonna talk more about this in the basketball section, but
that was
guys. When that happened, Gabe, in our group chat, audio recorded. Oh fuck, shit, fuck.
I was screaming, bro. I was so pissed. Like I called like 5 people, and I just they picked up the phone, and I was just fuck, and I just hung up the phone.
Okay, I'm not laughing at you, Holly. We really were sad. Everyone was rooting for the Pacers except anyone from Oklahoma. So,
okay. Well,
bittersweet. I can't give this a 1 or 2.
I mean, this was the shot that it bounced high off the rim.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't a game-winning shot, by the way.
Wrong. Not this time. Not this time. You're wrong. Not this time.
It was a game-tying shot, and it went to overtime.
Okay, my bad.
So it bounced high.
It was so important.
Yeah, I mean, then it went in.
My favorite part of that was the Korean commentating. I don't know if y'all ever saw that clip of the Korean commentators.
Oh, I did.
Halliburton! That was my favorite part. That was iconic. You know what? That boosted me a little bit, actually. I remember that. I'd say 2 or 3, Gabe. I think you could decide as the basketball aficionado how good was this shot.
It's definitely better than the crunchy
Crunchy leaves better than crunchy leaves. But it can't be so good to me because of the bittersweetness, knowing that he might not ever be the same player again.
Right. I think 3 is where I have to
3?
put it.
All right. I think I'm good with that.
Even like if I'm considering game-winning shots, there are a couple game winners I think are better. I mean, this wasn't a game winner, by the way. But this was a huge shot.
I'd say Hallie clutch shot at 3.
I like that. Hallie clutch shot at 3.
And he is so good, man. I love this guy. The more and more I watch Halliburton, I really, really, really enjoy his style, his like mentality, everything about his game. I enjoy.
His off the court actions, man. I mean, the way he dresses, like it's like he's so outside of the box, but like in a way that it seems traditional and genuine, and it's like he plays the game the right way. Like he's a fundamental player. And they built a team around him, right, as an anchor, and I thought it was so interesting to see Carlisle really using Halliburton's strengths and creating this really unique, fun team this year that really went against all the odds. And I think it really is the biggest what if. They were saying in the Oklahoma City Thunder post game in the celebrations that it was very muted. And we'll go more into that later. And
but
the Pacers, they took this historic Thunder team that won 68 games to 7 games.
Yeah.
No one thought that was possible.
And now there's a big what if on that game 7 because if Hallie didn't get injured, if he didn't go down, I don't know how.
We'll get into that more later.
We'll get more into that later, but for now, Hallie at 3, man.
I like that.
All right.
What we got next? Antonio Banderas. Okay.
Sicario, Mr. Sicario.
Okay.
You've seen that movie? Sicario?
I have. Yeah, that's a great movie. It's one of the better action movies I've seen.
Movie. He's a fun actor, but that face that he's making right there is one of 3 that he makes.
So hold on, let me jump in here.
And the other one is him doing that face with sunglasses.
Yeah.
So I was hoping y'all would like catch onto this like little joke. That's not actually Antonio Banderas.
Yeah.
There was
that's the joke.
Commercial. I don't know how many years ago that came out as a Heineken commercial, and this actor I'm blanking on his name right now. He's sitting at a bar, minding his own business. The commercial's about Heineken. He's like about to order Heineken when 2 random people were just walking by, and they were like, "Oh my God, it's Antonio Banderas!"
Oh.
And he was like, breaking the fourth wall, looking at the camera, and he's like, "I'm not Antonio Banderas."
Yeah, it's Benicio del Toro.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
But this was the guy from Sicario, not Antonio Banderas.
Gotcha. I didn't know his name, so that's why I was going off the picture.
Yeah. I totally it went over my head that was the joke, but so wait, are we?
There's a deep cut right
so
there.
I was hoping y'all would rank like
that
this,
moment.
Like, commercial.
So this commercial.
The commercial moment.
Oh well, I mean,
it's pretty good. I mean,
it's all right.
I like Heineken.
Yeah, Heineken's all right.
I definitely
it has to go lower.
It has to go lower than Crunchy
end.
Leaves.
I would say like 8.
8? That's pretty low.
Because
I feel like 8 to me is like actively dislike. Like I'm actively I find things about it that I dislike. I would put this more on the 6 or 7 range, personally.
I mean, I think there's definitely better or worse things than this that's coming up.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it at 7.
How about 6?
6?
Do 6?
Sure, let's
just
do
because
it.
it's a little bit.
Because like this guy, like Benicio del Toro, is much better than this commercial.
Yeah. I think overall this gives me a very even reaction, even kill reaction.
I mean, it could even go at 5, but I think 5's too high.
I think 5 is a little too high. I think there's something that can be even more average to us.
Okay, we're going 6.
We're going 6 for Antonio Banderas.
Shout out Antonio. Hey.
Shout out.
They're ready.
Accidentally touching the wet food floating in the sink when you wash dishes.
Okay, you know what? I kind of have a hot take on this.
Damn, he really went right away with this.
Honestly, I don't care about touching food in the sink. That doesn't gross me out at all.
I agree.
Like I'll even touch the shit with my hands.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, like you get the brush and some food flicks on your hand. Who cares? Just rinse it off. You have soap and water right there, ready to go.
And all that food would go in your stomach. Why is it so gross to touch it?
I mean, I think it's just because like other people use the spoon or whatever. Imagine like you're eating a bowl of chili, and like you get someone putting the spoon in their mouth back in the chili.
Well, there's 2 easy fixes. You either get gloves, but if you don't want to do that, you bare hands like us.
Some pussy
hot
shit.
water. Yeah. Like he said.
Who cares, honestly?
Just use hot water and it'll make it feel like more like you're being sanitary.
Okay, but this isn't like a good thing. It's not a thing I like.
I think this is a good 5.
You think? I mean, I think low key the Antonio Banderas commercial is better.
I just realized that. Yeah.
So it is
better.
It is better.
It is better. Yeah.
But like, this doesn't bother me.
I think 7, just because it is worse than a commercial. I'd rather watch a commercial than get a bunch of food on my hands and have to wash them.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
Okay. Well, number 7.
Wet, slimy food.
That's why you turn the water on hot.
Yeah.
So it's
cold,
hot
wet
and slimy.
food on hands while
Washing dishes. And I'm glad you put washing dishes, because if I'm just like getting cold, wet food on me in public and I can't wash my hands, whole different story.
Yeah, it's totally different if like a homeless guy threw a pack of Lunchables at you.
Yeah. Like if you can't clean up, then you're in a predicament. Like today at work, I had a thermos of coffee and I like slipped it and like a bunch of it spilled into the cup holder. And like I had like half a cup holder full of coffee and I had to like take a water bowl, suction it out. It was a mess.
That's way worse.
Oh
God.
There
you go.
Crusty cup holder juice. All right, so at 7 we got the cold wet food. What's next, Nick?
Okay.
Rachel Demita on TV.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I
do like her dimples.
Oh my god.
She kind of has a little cute smile.
Bro, if y'all remember this, like back in the day, like 2K16, bros, this was like, she was putting up crazy numbers, bro. It was like Megan Fox in her prime, almost, not quite. She could hoop a little bit too.
She reminds me of like a Nickelodeon star that grew up, or like a Disney star.
And
that
she
grew
still
up.
looks the same today.
Kind of a cutesy vibe. I think she's pretty. I think she's cool. Definitely better than.
It's better than the commercial.
Antonio Banderas, yeah.
Is it better than the crunchy leaves or the?
I don't think she's better than Hallie shot.
She's not better than the Hallie clutch shot.
She's better than Crunchy Leaves, but we already put that at 4.
I think partially why we can't put her above the Hallie clutch shot is because
It's
she's pretty much unobtainable.
Yeah.
We're not gonna get with her. She's not gonna even look our way if we're in the same room. So,
yeah, we're too good for her. So we
that's what I'm saying exactly. So I guess we'll have to put her below the crunchy leaves.
yeah.
I can't believe I'm
you're
saying.
definitely not gonna.
I can't.
Hey,
believe
no,
I'm saying
sometimes girls like it when you ignore them.
yeah, there we go. You're worse than me stepping on a leaf.
Notice me, senpai. All right, Rachel Demita at 5.
Okay, Radamita.
I like it that specifically on 2K TV too, because like she's probably on other things.
I mean, yeah, I think she has a podcast and some other stuff now.
But,
hey, come on the show. We'll have you on the show.
Yeah, come on, Rachel. We'll interview you. All right. Okay, next. Oh!
Okay.
No, man!
This does.
Oh!
Okay, so you're stepping on the wet spot.
Oh, that's
with
bad,
socks
man.
on.
I hate that shit.
Good thing we have a lot of the bad spots still open.
Yeah.
It makes it even worse when you're like at someone's
House
or apartment and you can't just like put on new socks.
Yeah, and it's worse when it's like one sock. You get one sock
Only
wet.
one sock, yeah.
Now what? You have to take both off anyway.
Okay, I think
It's a major
I think
inconvenience.
he front loaded us with a decent amount of good ones.
Yeah.
So I think there's going to be worse ones coming than this.
Yeah, I think 8 is a good spot for it.
You think
because
8?
it's just it's a inconvenience. But last time he put guys with sunglasses.
Yeah, sunglasses inside.
So he hasn't. Yeah, so that's
okay.
That's objectively way worse than anything we've had so
wet
far.
socks.
Wet socks at 8.
At 8.
Wet socks at 8.
I'm fine with that.
So right now we have 1, 2, 9, and 10.
1, 2,
so we
9,
have the
10.
very top half and the very bottom. Very
okay.
scary.
Let's see how we
keep
do
starting
here.
like that. All right, here we go.
Oh.
Okay, I have a hot take about this.
Okay, you go ahead.
Boy.
You go ahead.
It's gross, but I'd still eat the food.
If I'm really hungry, the thing is with this.
I'd pull a Karen on Uber Eats.
You're about to say.
I'd pull a Karen and I'd get it for free.
Yeah, you just get second order of food. You just eat the first one. Still.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I do. So honestly, it might be a kind of a blessing because you get free food.
There's positives and negatives for this
There's
one.
positives and negatives for this one. That's my hot take.
So we're putting this in number 1, right? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
It can't be. No, is it worse than wet socks? It's not.
I mean,
it's about the same.
If it's
No,
I mean,
it's not. It's worse. This is better than wet socks.
You think so? I think it's like objectively is worse than wet socks, but there's positives that can come from this.
I agree with everything you just said, and I think because of the choices that we've made, this has to go at 9 because it can't. It's not the worst thing ever. So we'll put this at 9. Hair and food at 9, guys. And you know what? I bet if we put that higher, people would like lynch us.
Maybe
so I'm glad we put it at 9.
We're seeming like we're really gross.
So we have
now.
1, 2, and 10. Yeah, we have a lot of gross hot takes.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. What do we got? 3 left.
I'm coming!
Oh
God.
my.
I'm coming!
I'm coming!
That's what she said. That's what she said. Jamal Hill was pretty funny with that one. That was a great fight.
Okay.
I love this guy, man. You know he's getting a degree right now.
In what?
He turned down a fight, like a contender fight,
Okay.
for a degree. Let me look it up
He's
actually.
becoming a professional samurai.
You know, also fun fact about Yuri Prohaska, he has his own curry. He has a
Never
samurai curry.
Never would have ever guessed that.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? Dude has a.
We should
Dude's
do
a
a video
weird dude.
trying it.
We should do a taste test, yeah.
I don't even know where you can buy it. Let me see. Yuri degree. He's getting a degree in special education for security forces.
Okay.
What?
Interesting.
I don't know what that means.
I mean, whatever it is, sounds like he'd be really good at it.
Sounds
so.
like he wants to be a bodyguard or like a, private.
Or maybe teach private security, like self-defense or something like that. Pretty cool. But yeah, if you guys want, try out Yuri's Samurai Curry. It's in like a purple box, I believe.
Hey, maybe if we can get our hands on
Well,
some,
look it up. Look it
we'll
up.
try
See if you can Yuri Prohaska Curry.
Oh, that's a tough name to spell.
I swear to God, he had a curry. I'll look it up. Next episode, I'm gonna find this.
We'll have to see.
We'll find it. I'm not making this
It's
up.
so top secret, it's not showing up on Google.
All right, next one.
Okay.
Oh wait, we haven't
We
even
have
ranked
to
this
rank
one.
it first.
Okay, well, this has to be pretty high up there.
I think 2.
Right?
I think we spin the bottle again, and we keep 1
We're
in
gonna
10.
risk it?
We're gonna keep 1 in 10.
We're going to leave
open.
it down to the
Let's
last
keep it
second?
1 in 10, man.
Okay. All right, the Yuri Screaming in the Forest going at number 2. What we got next? Watching an annoying toddler that's running around the local
That's a 10.
Chili's trip and
That's a
fall.
10.
Like worst?
That's a 10. Oh, trip and fall.
Trip and fall.
1. That's a 1. That's a 1, baby.
I mean, like, the thing is with, like, a toddler falling, you know that they're so young and they're, like, their system heals so fast, they're
care
so
about
flexible.
that at that
Bro,
point.
they're going to heal. I don't care. That's why all these, like, little kids falling fail videos are so good to watch. They're so entertaining.
We sound like horrible people through these lists.
Yeah, I like hearing my food.
Yeah, I like eating here in my food and watching little kids fall.
Hey, Rachel Demita, hit me up. Let's
Oh, man.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
well,
a
number
1.
Easy
because
one.
you know what? They deserve it. If they're being annoying and they're running around and they fall, that's on them. And
Especially because it's a Chili's.
I can't
too.
understand why parents are okay with their kids running around restaurants.
My mama would have whooped my butt.
Oh,
yeah.
That would not have lasted more
Yeah.
than 5 seconds.
It would have been bad.
Toddler falling at Chili's number 1. Easy. Okay, well, last but not least. Well, it's going to be the least no matter what, I guess. So.
All right, this is a
What we
10.
got?
Duke.
You finally get him to admit it's bad.
Oh my god. Well, I mean, hey, I'm fine with it being a 10. It's worse to me than hair and takeout food. Juho's favorite drink over here.
It really is like one of my top drinks. I'm not
It's so
kidding.
Which is
gross.
diabolical. How can you say that?
It's so good.
It's a carbonated sour cream and onion drink.
And it has like
It's
some
not
type
onion.
of herbs on it or something. I don't even know. Like
Do you
parsley.
guys like kefir? You guys know what that is?
What
I
is it?
don't like that.
Okay, it's like a fizzy yogurt drink.
I probably wouldn't like it.
I like fermented things and like curdled things though. Maybe it's just I grew up drinking that kind of stuff.
Curdled.
So I like it. I like Persian food overall, guys. Top 3 best foods ever. Please, if there's a local Persian restaurant near you guys,
Check it out.
go
I'm telling you.
immediately.
Life changing.
Because you are missing out. It is some of the best. Get the Doog. Team Doog all the way. I've converted lots of people to drinking Doog.
Don't listen to
This
him.
is the this
He's
is
lying.
This is
We're the Persians.
This is communist propaganda.
Just eat the yogurt and the parsley separately with the bread. Don't drink it. These animals out here.
At least get the black tea.
Black
Oh
tea.
yeah, the cardamom tea is crazy. Okay, so what we got in round 2, toddler falling at Chili's. Number
Okay,
one.
number
I
one,
like
I
that
like
pick.
that.
Yuri Scream. That could have been number 1, but I'm fine with it being 2. Hallie clutch shot in the finals this past finals. Number 3. I like it. Crunchy leaves at 4. That's fine. Rachel Demita at 5. Unfortunately, I guess I'll have to agree with it, because what's coming up next, there's things that are a lot worse. Antonio Banderas commercial with Benicio del Toro at 6.
Yeah, fair.
That's all right. Cold wet food on the hands of washing dishes at 7.
All right.
That's fine. 8 wet socks, 9 hair and takeout food, and 10 Duke.
All right. The only thing I'd change is I'd replace Doog with at least the wet socks or something, man. I don't want to keep it all the way up there.
And the worst one I think is the hair and the takeout food.
Yeah, we're really degenerate for putting that so high, honestly. But the only reason is because I know I can get more food. I'll just take the hair off, maybe just rip off whatever piece the hair was touching.
I guess, yeah.
Take a picture and then get more food and get a refund. But
Okay,
there you go. There's our list, guys. I don't feel as good about that one as the last one. But
you don't want a chance for redemption?
Yeah, we have one more
round
chance
3?
here to make this a good one. All right, so we got our last round. We gotta make sure that this one is the best one, Gabe.
I think so too. I liked how we had the pace setter for the first one.
Yeah.
But then again, it has to be one that's not too good or too bad.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see what comes first.
I think we should be more definitive on our 1s and 10s this time.
I think so too.
Get those out of the way.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
What you got,
do
Nick?
this.
Round 3. Ooh.
I'm tempted to put that at 1.
I mean, we're talking about like the classic smash burger, or are we talking lettuce, tomato, onion?
You catch me on the right day, a burger is the best food in the world, ever, ever.
I can agree with you on that.
If I'm feeling a cheeseburger, a double smash with pickles and onions,
anything else.
I'll take it.
I mean, I mentioned earlier,
Every time.
I'm not a big sweets guy, but when you're craving a nice, savory, meaty cheeseburger, like there's almost nothing that hits the spot better.
I don't think I've ever really turned down a cheeseburger.
I don't think how can you?
I think you got to put that at 1 right away.
I mean, it's not too filling. It's not too greasy. It can be, but it's not.
Sometimes
always
if you
like
want
that.
it to be greasy.
Yeah. I mean,
I can almost eat a burger every day, I feel like. That's how bad my obsession is with burgers. Actually, I bought a 20-pack Costco hamburger, like frozen patties, and I made regional burgers for 2 weeks. Butter burgers. I made the nut burger.
You didn't invite us?
the nut burger.
Yeah, I made the nut burger.
What do you mean by nut?
It's just crushed nuts with Miracle Whip on a burger.
I've never.
It's okay.
I've never heard of this.
The original Wendy's burger, which is olives and mayonnaise.
What?
God.
Yeah, it was. I tried a bunch of different burgers that time. All of them were pretty interesting and good. I'm okay with 1 or 2 here.
I think it has to be high up on here.
I'm okay with putting it 1 if you are, but if not, I'd put it at 2.
I mean,
At the
just-
lowest, I'd put a cheeseburger
Just
at 3.
Me personally, because looks like we're just saying like the onions, cheese, and pickles.
Yeah, that's perfect. What do you need else? What
Classic
else do you need?
American smash.
You could put lettuce and tomato, I guess, if you wanted.
Because
but-
it's like personally, I like the lettuce, tomato, like pickled jalapenos.
You like a big boy burger.
Yeah.
Kind of like running down your hands on the juice.
Well, I mean, not like that. Hey, I don't want juice dripping down all over my body, but.
Yeah, I don't want juice exploding on my face.
Let's just say like just plain smash burger, just cheese.
I'm okay with
onion.
1 or 2, at the lowest 3. Gabe, your burger knowledge.
Let's go with 1.
Let's go! Cheeseburger 1! I'm down with that.
I mean, obviously, I love these, but I just like
My
lettuce,
favorite
tomato, onion.
my favorite burger place, I have 2. One is Culver's. I don't know if you have been. The other one Gabe actually showed me is called Hat Creek Burgers. If you guys are ever in Houston or Austin, go to Hat Creek Burgers, get a burger and fries. They have these like chicken slingers or something like that. Oh my god, they're good.
Like flashers or
Flashers.
something? Yeah.
Guys, Hat Creek Burgers, big up to
I'm
them.
fine with the smash burger being at 1, but I like going for a specialty burger when I go to a place. Like I get like a Southwest burger. That's
Gotcha.
like bacon and pico de gallo and guacamole.
Sounds good.
That's
man.
what I like to
Sounds
get.
really good.
Anyways, smash burger number 1.
At 1,
That's
I'm pretty happy with
hard
that.
to go wrong
Yeah.
there.
All right.
Let's see.
We're already following our plan.
Yeah, next up, what we got? 2 smash burgers. Oh my god.
You know what? That's too many.
You know what? Because like we were saying.
That's too many.
No, wrong.
That's a heart disease. That's
Wrong.
heart disease.
No.
That's heart disease. That's too much. That's evil.
No, dude,
One is perfect. You don't need more than one
Okay.
cheeseburger.
Right. That's what we were just saying. We were making this point with the first pick. Just having a burger, you can pretty much never turn it down because it's not going to make you crazy full.
Yeah.
It's not going to bog you down for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Having
I had a
2
McDonald's
burgers-
double cheeseburger on my way here.
Having 2 burgers could do the opposite though, where it does bog you down, does
Yeah.
make you feel bad.
And I'll
about
say
yourself.
this, I can eat a full burger and then want another one, but I have done that before. I've been inebriated. I ordered 2 burgers. I eat half of the other one and I just feel sick. I'm like, oh, I don't want to
Yeah.
eat the rest of this. And then I feel bad, but so I have to. And then I
Okay.
feel gross. So I'm okay with putting it at 3.
You think? I think it could even go lower than that.
Let's do it.
What are we thinking?
We've
though?
somehow
I mean,
convinced ourselves that another burger's worse.
Y'all are so wrong. I
think
very
4.
much disagree.
Let's put in 4.
I'm going 4.
Let's go 4. Fuck
know.
you, Nick.
Hey, I don't know. I was in the mindset of like, oh, like when have I wanted a cheeseburger the most? And it's like right after deadlifting day,
Oh,
yeah.
and I could crush like 4 cheeseburgers after that.
But then you feel like you totally reversed what you just
That's
burned.
why I went deadlifting. That's the point. To eat cheeseburger.
That's hilarious. That's like me going to the sauna for a reward. It's like Nick's like, I'm gonna go work out so I can eat 4 fucking cheese.
There you go.
That's hilarious.
Okay.
I'll tell you what. Let's put it 3. Because 4 is pretty low for 2 cheeseburgers. I feel like there's definitely gonna get worse than that.
Okay, but I feel
Because
like
we're really just like convincing ourselves
let's
here.
see
Because
what
if he gave me 2, yeah, I like the look you just gave.
let's see what he's cooking up over there.
Come on, it
Okay.
can't be that bad.
We have to lock it in now.
3. 3.
2 smash burgers
That's 3.
going as
All right.
number 3.
Fair.
So what's it gonna be 3?
When a homeless person is asking you for money while you're stopped at a red light and you pretend they don't exist, so you just sit there at the light praying that it turns green soon. And you know my favorite moment of this is when like it does turn green and you you just look at what does the sign say before you go off.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's a good feeling.
Okay. Okay. Oh my god.
You just oh man, this is
Okay.
awkward.
This is a very.
But it's
awkward...
not that bad. Because, you know, as I've gotten older, the more I'm like, I don't know these people anything.
Right. I mean, you don't know them. It's not like you have a connection with them. You didn't, have a conversation with them. They didn't explain their whole life story.
And they're used to it at that point.
Right. And, we live in Houston, and when we lived in Austin, too, in college, we
same
saw
world.
this all the time, so we're kind of desensitized to it to a certain extent.
Yeah.
I think it is a bad feeling, but it's
Yeah.
not like, it's not worse than, like, getting your
Sometimes
flat
it even makes you
tire
feel
or
kind of
something.
grateful that you have a car with air conditioning.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So you kind of feel grateful about what you have. I'd say it's bad, but not terrible.
I'm thinking 7.
7. I think 7 is a good place.
Because it's
for it.
awkward, but it's not the end of the
Agreed.
world.
I think 7's good.
Okay, so what? Not paying
Attention to
attention
homeless people.
to homeless. Homeless scum.
Yeah. Scum. All right. I like this list so far.
Okay,
I'm confident of it so far.
Next up, what we got? That first stretch in the morning. That
good
one where you
feeling.
start, your legs just starts like. Okay, well, this is a great feeling.
It is a good feeling.
Is it better than 2 smash burgers? Maybe not, but I think it's right in that same
I'd
wheelhouse.
say it is maybe better than 2 smash burgers.
But is it good enough to be at number 2?
That's a good point.
Because at the end of the day, like we don't have a pace setter for this one. This one we're just looking at what's in front of us.
That's true. I definitely think it's above. It's 5 or above.
I think so. Oh yeah, I would say so too.
It's definitely 5 or above. It's a great.
I think
feeling.
this could this be the pace setter. You think, or you think?
I think
it's
it could
better?
be a pace setter, but I think it could be a 4 because it's definitely more than average by a long shot.
Okay.
I love that. I don't even do it honestly the first thing in the morning. I'll do it like a little bit after I'm kind of up.
Yeah.
And then I'll just do a full one. So I'd say a 4.
I think 4.
Morning stretch.
I can't disagree with anything you're saying.
Yeah.
So
Morning stretch of 4. All right. So we still have a couple, but it is front loaded bottom wide. Or I don't like Nick's face, guys. So we'll
He's
see what
cooking
happens.
something
He's
up
cooking
over
something
there.
up.
what we got? You're like, and 1. while completely missing the hoop, and it's very obvious that no one
That's
fouled
embarrassing.
you. Okay, this is way worse than the homeless thing.
It is
in
worse
my
than the
opinion.
homeless thing, yeah. How much worse,
Oh man.
I feel like this is even worse than airballing. Because you're, like, saying it was a foul.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? If you
Yeah.
airball, like, it's just on you. If you say this, everyone's not going to like you. Plus, you look like an idiot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of like a double Dutch kind of feel.
Is this 10, you think? Is
It's
this
not 10.
that bad?
I don't think it's 10.
I
I'd
don't
say
think
it's a 9.
I would say
I'd say
9,
it's a
because there might be something worse.
Yeah. It's not going to kill you. You might think about it later that night, you know, when you're going to
how do I
sleep.
word this? Yelling
And one
and one when no foul.
happened. Yeah, it's an embarrassing feeling, but
And
that's
you
why
airball.
I don't even really call fouls in pickup games. Like, I'll just wait for someone else to say that, because, like, at the end of the day,
Right.
if someone says they didn't do it, you can't do anything about it
I mean, it's like,
unless it was really flagrant.
the thing is, it's like, when I'm fouled, I pretty much never call it, but, like, if I foul someone,
Yeah.
I'll be like, okay, I fouled.
Yeah, that was an accident. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, guys, I think 9 is a fair
I think-
point for that one.
I think 9 is alright.
Yeah.
What we got next? Triple
Oh,
dipper
man.
from Chili's after an annoying toddler tripped and fell. Oh
I
my
love the triple
god.
dipper, honestly.
I think this might be better than 2 smash burgers.
Well, it comes with 2 burgers on it.
Exactly. It's more.
And the Southwestern egg rolls are good.
Oh yes, the best thing.
Good.
on
They
it.
come with the ranch. And the best part of those egg rolls is that they don't even use wonton wrappers. They just use, like, flour crunchy tortilla shells, it seems like. And it's like a whole nother
Maybe we
experience.
should go to Chili's after this.
It's a good price. It's a really good price, too. I think it's like 15
It's filling.
bucks.
I mean, and you get 2 burgers. It's not 2 huge burgers where you feel terrible.
And these days, you can even get a thing of like Nashville tenders instead of the normal,
Oh, I've been seeing also like
which are pretty good.
the like mozzarella sticks from Chili's are going viral too.
I think it's not as good as a burger. I would actually, honestly, just a pure, just good cheeseburger is all I want. I'd even want that more than this.
But
So I'm okay with putting it at
that
2.
doesn't have the context of a small child.
That's
that
true.
fell-
That's sweet.
Fell on a greasy Chili's floor.
Oh god, and then you just get a feast on their anger. Oh my god, that'd be really good. I would put it at 1, but I think we have to put it at 2, just because
I think
the only
it's
slot.
2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Triple dipper, enjoying toddler's demise at 2.
Triple dipper while child tears fall.
There you go, at 2. So guys, we have 5, 6, 8, and 10 left. So they all kind of, you know, we're going to the bottom.
We've
here.
had 3 different strategies for
Yeah.
every round.
Everything should be worse than a morning stretch at this point for us to
Oh,
be
man.
to be successful.
There's a lot of things worse than a morning
Yeah.
stretch. What
Let's
we got?
see. Championship heavyweight fight that ends with a stand and bang where both fighters knock each other out in the last seconds of the
Both of them?
That part is interesting because I don't want to see both of them get knocked
Because you want to
out.
see someone
'Cause
win.
You want to see someone win.
But if it was a crazy exciting fight that you're going to want to see a rematch, that pretty much guarantees a rematch.
I mean, it's cool. I mean, it's about the same as a morning stretch. If it was one winner, it'd be better for sure to me. But if both of them, it'd be a little bit like getting blue balled. You know what I mean?
But you already... Yeah, I don't know. They both got knocked out. you
Yeah.
get 2 knockouts in one fight. Which
Yeah,
is like,
that's true. But then it's like, okay, well, who won, right?
Right. Okay.
I'd want a definite winner
I mean, it's
in
better,
my ideal world.
better than that awkward moment, obviously, with the homeless scum.
I think 5 is a good place for it, right below morning stretch, because it's about equal to me. Because
Okay.
it'd still be entertaining.
And it's a championship
Yeah.
fight.
Double knockout championship
Double
fight
KO.
at 5.
Heavyweight.
And the fact that it's heavyweight is pretty cool. Who doesn't like a good heavyweight fight?
I mean, that's an interesting scenario right there. Okay, number 5. We're sticking with it. What's next? Ronda
6,
Rousey.
8, and 10.
Ronda Rousey in the Fast and Furious movie.
I'm okay with putting that in an 8 or 10.
I mean, this was cool to see, I guess. But
Which movie is like Fast and Furious like 20?
I think this is the one where, like, he
They're
drives...
in Dubai.
Yeah, the ones where he drives out of that big-ass building in Dubai and crashes into another
Honestly,
building.
all the movies kind of... The Fast and Furious saga just kind of blurs together. After the Brazil one, where like The Rock keeps trying to like...
Oh,
catch
Fast
him.
5. That's the best one.
Yeah.
Okay, well... I mean, this wasn't like... She wasn't the best part of the movie by any means.
Is it? I guess it's better than the homeless situation.
I guess.
It's a movie.
I
It's a
think there's
fun
something
movie.
better.
I'm okay with putting it at 8.
I think we have to put it at 8.
Yeah, 8.
I
Ronda,
mean,
and I have no problems with that. Ronda Rousey scene at 8, guys.
I mean, this was awesome that she was in the movie, but she didn't like.
Who cares about Ronda? Honestly,
whoa, that's a hot take.
I mean, seriously, who actually cares about Ronda?
Historically, I don't think she's ever going to be considered like the best women's fighter. What division she even fight at? I don't remember.
See, yeah, I mean, I think she fought at bantamweight, but like, there's so many other fighters that people care way more about, even from the past. For example, Cyborg, I think is bigger than Ronda. I think that.
Well, I mean, that's arguable.
This is just looking in the past, because at the time, Ronda was the biggest thing.
Yeah.
But I'm saying it was like a really bright star that burned fast.
And then she left the UFC for WWE. Yeah. And for acting, so like she.
And she was on Raid Shadow Legends. So.
I mean, right when she was getting crazy popular, she left. Yeah. So, kind of left the fans.
And I didn't really like her. I don't know. I'm okay with putting it low. I'm okay. She wasn't ever one of my favorites.
Okay, Ronda Rousey.
Ronda Rousey at 8. All right, we have 2 more guys. 6 and 10.
6 and 10.
When you go to pick something up from the ground, miss the grab multiple times, and then just stare in defeat, we're crashing out.
Oh my god. I think
that's definitely worse than the air ball. I think this can go at 10.
I think it is.
Because that's like one of those things where you've already had a bad day. Yeah. It's the straw that broke the camel's back, right?
I mean, this even if you're having a fine day and this happens, you just immediately get pissed off.
Yeah, exactly. This would make me want to punch a wall, break my knuckles.
Okay, this is definitely... I think number 10 has to be.
Number 10 is the crash out.
Okay. Crash out after...
All right, so we have 1 left at 6. I'm liking our list, though, overall. I think overall we have a solid list.
I don't mind it so far.
Yeah, so far I think
we got number 6.
Very aggressive in our decisions.
All we got left is number 6. What we got? The smell of brand new shoes.
I'm okay with putting it right at 6, actually.
Yeah, I mean, you know what?
I'm not much of a shoe guy, guys, just being honest. I like shoes, I appreciate them, but I'm definitely like I'll wear a pair until it wears out, and then I'll buy shoes situationally. So I have a pair of basketball shoes, I have cleats, and then I have tennis shoes, and I have flip-flops. And that's it.
So I'm a little bit different. I mean, like, I'm a little bit of a sneakerhead. Like, I got...
basketball guy right here.
Yeah, I mean, I got a handful of shoes. I wear, like, my beater shoes, but, like, I have, like, one that's, like, I don't care if it gets dirty. I have, like, 2 or 3 pairs that I can wear every day where it's, like, I can change the color based on what I'm wearing, and I can rotate them strategically so they don't get super dirty, and they don't break down as fast. I always get my shoes on sale, by the way. I'm smart about it.
Yeah.
Anyways, and then I got like 2 pairs of basketball shoes.
I think shoes are just also one of those, like, it's just such branding thing now where it's like you could get a cheap pair, $70, $80 nice quality pair of shoes, and just because it's a different brand than another one, they could be the same quality, but you know.
Yeah. Okay, but I will say this. So, ranking this, I mean, it has to be number 6, but the smell of new shoes for every brand is different.
Interesting.
The smell of brand new Nikes is, I think, what people always think of when it's like the smell of brand new shoes is the Nikes.
Because like, it's so strong.
If you get like some Asics or like New Balance or something, like they don't smell as good.
Interesting. Because I always get New Balance. I never even noticed. So
yeah, I mean, like the Nikes, I don't know what they do. Like they all smell the exact same, and that smell is like it's so good.
Okay.
Like, people even like make. I don't know if it was Nike themselves, but like there are candles that try to replicate the smell.
Is it like that smell of like fresh leather, kinda? I guess.
I mean, it's not quite leather, but it does. It's like a mix of leather and that new car smell.
Right.
There's something.
I know what you're talking
somewhere
about.
In between there.
Yeah.
So number 6, the smell of new shoes. Hey, I don't mind it.
Yeah, I mean it's a good, and I love getting new shoes. It is a good feeling to have
a
cool pair of shoes and go shopping for them. So, yeah. All right. So you want to break down the list?
Round 3 of our blind ranking anything. Number 1, Smash Burger. I like it. Number 2, Triple Dipper. While the child
that
falls
should have been
in
one.
Chili's.
Should have been one, but it's okay.
I mean, just okay. I don't know. It's just like eating a peaceful Smash Burger versus a chaotic, greasy dirtball situation. Eating a Triple Dipper.
It depends on your mood.
It depends on what you're going through.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 3 is the 2 Smash Burgers. I'm fine with that. Number 4, the morning stretch.
Yep.
I like it. Number 5, the double knockout heavyweight championship fight.
Entertaining, but could be a little bit blue bally.
Leaves you with something to be desired. Number 6 is the smell of new shoes.
Nike.
I think that should have been the pace setter at number 5.
Yeah.
Number 7, not paying attention to the homeless.
Yep.
While you're at a red light.
Not bad.
That's just an awkward moment. It's not the end of the world. Number 8, Ronda Rousey and Fast and Furious. You know, it's like I don't really care
I'm
too
okay
much
with
about
putting
that.
that below because the homeless moment lasts a lot less time.
Yeah,
The movie's a lot longer.
I agree. I mean, it's not like she's bad in the movie, but it's just like it didn't really,
long.
it didn't make or break the movie.
Right.
Number 9, yelling and yelling for the and one when no foul happened and
you
airball.
miss it.
I mean, it didn't say airball, but like it says you totally missed a shot.
Yeah, and everyone knows you didn't foul.
I think that's totally fine.
You
At
laughed
number
off
9,
the court.
and that's a terrible moment. I mean, it happens to everyone. That's the thing. Like, you know, it happens. But number 10, the crash out after you lean to pick up something, you try again, and you still don't get it, and then you just sitting there in defeat.
The old stop, drop, and roll.
Yeah, like in that moment, you could just punt a cat. You know?
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't think twice about it, and then you're like, oh, wait, why did I do that?
We had a couple interchangeable ones in there, but honestly, I think we keep learning from our mistakes, and we continue to bring you guys the best blind rankings possible. Thank you. Shout out to our super producer, Nick, for making such a fantastic game. Keep looking out for those, and let us know in the comments how much you guys like it. Coming up for you guys, we have a lot of NBA news and MMA news, so stay tuned, and we'll be right back. I want my baby back. Oh, hey guys. Nice seeing you guys.
How you doing?
Welcome back to the show. We're just introducing the new shoe smell to our noses.
Yeah.
And wanting chilies. We are getting chilies after this. Anyway, getting back to the good news, we are going to cover the final wrap-up of the NBA 2025 season. Gabe, the floor is yours.
I mean, just wow, what a season, man! Just especially
this was a
for
crazy
us,
season.
for us as Rockets fans, finishing number 2 in the West. We had an unfortunate first outing with this young squad in the playoffs, and we got bounced pretty early from the Golden State Warriors. Still, fuck the Warriors, fuck y'all. Well, we're coming back next year. Don't worry about it. We're gonna get into some more Rockets news in just a few minutes, but the NBA Finals, that was, I mean,
great finals.
hey,
overall.
pretty much our predictions went exactly
Yeah.
to plan.
Yeah.
Halliburton trying to touch the paint every single possession, running heavy pick and roll. Benedict Mathurin had that 127-point game. You know, he wasn't consistent, but he had his moments. He stepped up when it mattered.
I think for me,
played well.
on the Pacers side, T.J. McConnell.
McConnell.
The big X factor for me. I did not expect him to play that well.
I mean, he was fantastic, man.
Just a dog, man.
Energizer Bunny coming off the bench. Unlimited energy. You could tell he was wearing his heart on his sleeve every single possession. He was, his heart was beating so fast, his entire body was bright red.
Dude reminded me a little bit of that one guy in the Cavs that was guarding Steph.
Matthew Dellavedova.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
He was hustling. Kind of reminded me of a little bit of him, but a better offensive
Yeah,
player.
a little bit of Pat Bev, a little bit of Dellavedova.
Yeah.
Dellavedova, however
Yeah.
you say it, Australian guy.
Yeah.
I mean, just hustle play after hustle
Yeah.
play, forcing steals on the full court press.
Yep.
Getting easy second chance opportunities for his team. He was sneaking in around the rim. No one was expecting him to score that little floater. That pull of mid range that he was hitting was fantastic.
Yeah.
Really carried them through a lot of games.
Mm-hmm.
The Pacers pushed it to 7 games.
Yeah.
Man. They pushed it to 7. Very unfortunate what happened with Halliburton in that last game.
I mean,
It was
going to
heartbreaking.
Halliburton, dude was the MVP of the Pacers. I mean,
I think he was the MVP of the series.
yeah, the guy was just incredible to watch. And, that's why I really like the playoffs, because you kind of see which players have ice in their veins.
Yep.
Halliburton's only a couple years older than Jalen Green, right?
He's
drafted
still
a
young.
few years older.
I can double check that.
And, I mean, you can give Jalen all the time you want, 4 years, but Halliburton has proved, to the world
25.
that... Yeah, he's only 25. And, another player a former Rocket, I wanted to compare him with is Harden. Harden did not have that ice in his veins like Halliburton does.
No, definitely
He just
not.
can't perform in the playoffs. And, there's a lot of intangibles to this, I think. Mentality, physicality, game plan, execution. And all of those little minute things add up to, someone who can play in the playoffs. And you can see that pretty quick. Anthony Edwards, Halliburton. I mean, you see guys who can just turn it on, switch it on. Murray,
Luka.
Jamal Murray, Luka.
Yeah.
So I think you could just see that Halliburton was one of those guys, and man, that Achilles injury broke my heart. I know it broke yours even more.
Especially because he was on pace to have a historical game. I mean, obviously, he probably wasn't going to keep up that lights out shooting he was for the entire game. He had 3 threes the first 7-8 minutes of the game.
Right.
Maybe even less than that. He was just lighting it up, and he took that same first step, that right leg planted in the back, push off, quick, try to get to the basket, which is what we were trying. We wanted to see that from him. We wanted him to do that. But
He's supposed to do that.
Yeah, he's supposed to do that. I mean, he was suffering from a calf strain, and there was talks behind the scenes with the medical staff saying, should he play, should he not play? You know, there's been times when people have torn their Achilles after having a calf strain before, because if you're using less of your calf muscle, you're putting more pressure on your foot and the lower part of your leg. That just puts more strain on it. And unfortunately, he tore his Achilles. That is a devastating injury. I mean, you're seeing what
career altering.
You're seeing what the Boston Celtics are doing right now after the Jason Tatum Achilles tear. It seems like they're having a fire sale. I mean, just to wrap it up with the finals, man. The finals MVP going to Shea. Totally deserved it. The Thunder, they've been, you know, top team in the entire NBA for 3 years straight. I mean, they were top 2 team in record for 3 years in a row. I mean, they deserved to get to the finals and to win. They've grown. They've matured. They know how to play as a team. They've added the right pieces to get the job done with Caruso and Hartenstein. They, you know, moved on from Josh Giddey for a reason, because they were betting on winning now with this perfectly built squad. Super deep. They can shoot threes. The players, every single player on that lineup had improved.
And they still have a lot of assets.
Isn't this like
Still
the
do.
first time the Thunder have like won?
Yeah.
The championship?
I think it's their
It
first
is
championship
the
ever.
first championship ever.
I mean, I think they won technically when they were still the Supersonics back in the day, but this is the first time
Oklahoma City Thunder.
Oklahoma City Thunder has won a championship.
As it is. I mean, I think one thing I did see, a silver lining as a Rockets fan, is that the Thunder are not the same team in the playoffs as they are in the regular season.
Mm-hmm.
They did not look as dominant, and man, I do think the more I watch basketball, and you know, I don't watch as much as you, Gabe, so correct me if I'm wrong, offense still is, like, at the end of the day, the most important. Like, you can have a super good defense, an incredible defense, but if you can't shoot the ball like you saw with the Rockets, then that's the biggest problem. Is you can only make so many turnovers happen.
Yeah.
You can only stop it so many times, and eventually, like, I think it showed that even though the Pacers, they didn't have nearly as the defense that OKC did, their offense really was putting
Offense
so
was
much pressure
spectacular.
on them.
And then, you know, part of the strength of the Pacers is you don't know who's going to go off, who's going to carry them to the victory.
Mm-hmm.
It's a team effort. With the Thunder in the regular season in particular, it was very much so that Shea was the reason why they were winning games, because he's playing at an MVP level, which he deserved. I mean, clean sweep. He got the regular season MVP and the finals MVP and the championship. But, you know, the regular season, it was them relying on Shea. In the postseason, they looked a little bit different.
Yeah.
Jalen Williams was stepping up. Lou Dort was stepping up, hitting his threes. He shooting lights out in some games. And then Alex Caruso making differences, similar to what TJ McConnell was doing for the Pacers. Chet Holmgren, you know, he's still young. This is not, you don't expect him to, you know, perform out of his mind, especially when you have an MVP on the same roster. But he was very consistent on defense. Isaiah Hartenstein being that presence in the middle, that intimidator, that rebounder. I mean, they played great.
Team.
And they're lesser known role players like Aaron Wiggins and Isaiah Joe and these other guys coming off the bench.
I like Isaiah Joe.
They played great. The Kenrich Williams with that weird hair thing.
Yep.
He performed well in his limited minutes. I mean, they played as a team. The thing that has interested me the most about the way the Thunder played in this finals is that they weren't willing to extend their rotations past, you know, 6 or 7 players.
Mm-hmm.
They played like 8 or 9 guys, like every single game, and they all had a contributing factor to them winning the finals.
Which is really fun to see, actually. And
I do like.
I
that.
do hate on the Thunder because it's the Thunder, but it's going to be a really fun rival, I think, for the Rockets as we come up.
Oh yeah, we're coming for y'all.
Just letting y'all know, the Rockets were the only teams to take multiple games off the Thunder and the Cavs this season.
And the Celtics.
So
yeah.
All right, well, moving on from the finals, let's get into some trade news. Why don't we start off with our beloved Rockets?
I think we have to start it off
and the
with
masterclass that Raphael Stone has been leading.
I mean, Raphael Stone has just been a genius right now. I mean,
that bald genius.
So Kevin Durant going to the Rockets for Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, the number 10 pick in the 2025 draft, which just happened yesterday, and 5 second-round picks going in the future.
Yeah.
So the Suns, they get much-needed draft capital. They get their number 10 pick from this year's draft that we had the rights for. They get that back. And they get a young guy, Jalen Green, who's a proven scorer. He can get you some wins on his own. He's hit clutch shots. But, it's still unproven what he's going to do in the playoffs. You can see what happened with us. He crumbled under the pressure. But you get a very important guy that any team would want, any championship team. Obviously, the Suns aren't going to be a championship team, but you get Dillon Brooks.
You get Dillon Brooks, and I'll say a couple pros and cons for the Suns as well, or on this topic.
Sure.
The Suns, I think one of the interesting things that they did during the draft is they drafted Maluwach, which is like the giant center, very defensive-minded from South Sudan, and they also got Mark Williams.
I saw that.
So
that was interesting.
Interesting lineup. So you could potentially have a, what do you got? Like Devin Booker, Jalen Green, Dunn, Dillon Brooks, O'Neal, and Maluwach. You got a pretty solid defensive team. So they are making moves as much as they can. But the biggest thing for me with them is that Bradley Beal contract.
Yeah,
what are they going to do?
He's really holding them hostage.
What are they going to do?
I mean,
that's the biggest hole that they just cannot climb out of. They have like 5 shooting guards on the team right now.
I would have to double check if he has is it a no trade clause?
It's a no trade clause.
Clause.
It's like $150 million. It's some crazy.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be locked up there for the next couple of years, and no one's going to want that contract.
And he's injury prone. Can't be a point guard.
Just isn't producing at the same level he used to. I mean, it was kind of outlandish to give him that kind of money where he was playing with the Wizards years ago, where he was like second in the NBA in scoring. There was a stretch where he averaged like 34 points a game.
Right.
Ended up at the end of the season being around like 29.8 or something. So he had that one fantastic year where he was, pretty much no one else on the team was given the ball. There was no place to run for him. So he earned himself a big contract. I mean, I'm not going to, shit on the guy for earning his money, but, that's a gamble that the Suns took.
It's not Bradley Beal's fault at all.
No.
This is totally the Suns' fault for taking that dumb contract.
So I mean,
so that's what I'd say about the Suns is just they're doing better, but they're not out of the hole. We definitely fleeced them.
I still think it was so strange that they traded Yusuf Nurkic. Before the trade deadline in this last season.
Here's what I want to say. So with the Rockets getting Durant, like you said, Jalen Green, he's gone. We have a lot more playing time now because he was eating up everything pretty much on offense in terms of playing time. So you got more time for Durant interchangeably just going in there, and because he's older, you have more time for Tari Eason and potentially Cam Whitmore to play.
Yeah.
Now, here's my question for you. How much better is Shea than Kevin Durant? Because guess what the value of Shea's trade value would be versus Durant? Because we traded peanuts for Kevin Durant versus what we would have to give up a king's ransom for with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. So how much worse is someone like Kevin Durant in your opinion?
I mean, there is a little bit of you have to add some context to this. So Kevin Durant, he's going to be on, like, there's 1 year left on his contract. Right. So technically, as of right now, we have him on a 1-year rental. But there's already been talks with the Houston Rockets organization and with the agents of Kevin Durant. His representation has said that they are excited for the opportunity to sign an extension as early as this offseason.
Oh, wow.
And potentially 6 months down the line when he's eligible for a bigger extension with the Rockets. My question is this. How will he look on the Rockets? Obviously, on paper, there's all this hype going right now for the Rockets. We have the guy that we needed. We have the guy who's going to hit those clutch time buckets in a half-court offense. That was our biggest struggle last year. Fred VanVleet and Dillon Brooks were our 2 best 3-point shooters, arguably. You can go either way. But Fred is too small, and he doesn't have that quick first step to get to a tough pull-up mid-range. And with the height disadvantage he has over pretty much any other guard or wing defender in the NBA, it's just a tough guy to rely on. It's not someone you really want to take that shot. Jalen Green was supposed to be that guy. He was inconsistent. He played low IQ basketball, especially off the ball with his movement. But with Durant, you have the guy who's going to make those shots. And, I mean, my question is, will he look like the 50, 40, 90, 27 point per game? Will he look like that guy?
Yeah,
because
fair question.
Because we don't have a ton of shooting still.
Yeah, that's a very fair question. And again, the guy is old. He's 37. We only have him for a year. There's a lot of uncertainties. I'll say this, though, with him. I actually think Kevin Durant is going to fit better with our defense than our offense. And I think it's because he's going to get coached by Udoka, who's familiar with. And he's already a kind of switch everything kind of defender, right?
For sure.
A 1 through 4 kind of guy.
For sure.
So looking at his numbers, we're looking at him and Oddman's field goal on defense percentages.
The defensive field goal percentage.
Yeah.
Amen was number 1 in the NBA, and Durant was surprisingly number 2.
Yeah. The guy, I mean, he averages a block a game and a steal a game, I believe.
Almost,
Almost. So I think he's gonna fit in like a glove. And on offense, like you said, like I'm worried about his shot. What is it called? The shot attempt locations.
Because the spacing.
The shot diet, I think, is what they call it.
Okay.
I also think that the biggest thing for me is his age is pace, right? Because I know at first
really fast.
We used to play slow, right?
Yeah.
In the beginning of the year, but now we play really fast, and I just don't know exactly how he's gonna look because I know he likes to control the ball. You're gonna have to run it through him.
Right.
But this guy is one of the best 3-point shooters of all time, arguably the best shooter of all time.
I mean, probably
the dude is like you can kind of plug and play him a little bit. I mean, you know what I mean?
You could. I mean, I don't think anyone. It's hard to argue that he's not the best contested mid-range shooter ever.
Yeah, and we got him for freaking Jalen Green and Dylan Brooks. Like, I think that this is a slam dunk. Rockets are in contention mode now, and I mean, we've fleeced them. We got the best possible value out of Kevin Durant.
Yeah,
a Hall of Famer for Jalen Green.
I mean, let's just look
crazy.
Let's just look at the potential starting lineup for the Houston Rockets going into the 25-26 season. Fred VanVleet at the 1, probably.
Great signing.
I mean, who we putting at the 2? That's my question.
I'd say Amen.
Amen at the 2. I mean, he's not a shooter, but he's
Fred is though.
I think he has a potential to have a breakout season, even better than last year.
Amen's on the starting. He's starting.
He's got to be starting.
Yeah.
And then what? Durant at the 3.
Yep.
And then Jabari Smith at the 4. Şengün at the 5. That's what I'm predicting the starting lineup's going to look like. You still have Reed Sheppard, Cam Whitmore. I think as of right now, we still have Jayshawn Tate and Tari Eason and
Jayshawn is, I believe, going to become a free agent.
I think he's going to be an unrestricted free agent.
Yeah.
We'll see what I mean. He might want to sign back on the squad. We'll see. I mean,
maybe on like a veterans minimum or something.
Yeah, maybe.
I think we're probably going to bring Jeff Green back on if I had to guess.
We'll see. I mean, he said he wants to retire in Houston also, and he was teammates with rookie Kevin Durant with the Supersonics back in the day.
But just looking at the 4 guys off the bench, you got Reed Sheppard, Tari Eason, Cam Whitmore, and Steven Adams. Great, but great 4 guys to have.
That 9-man rotation is going to be very hard to beat.
What other trades do we got? We've been talking about the Rockets a lot. You guys know we're biased, but what other notable trades do we have right now?
I was really surprised to see the Drew Holiday trade to the Portland Trailblazers.
Yeah, was it Anthony Simons, right? Yeah.
No, I think that's purely a money move because they also traded Kristaps Porzingis in a 3-team trade where Porzingis ended up on the Heat. So I
did not know that.
Those are purely just money moves because if they had kept those 2 contracts with Jason Tatum being injured and they're not really going to be they don't really have a chance to be champions next year in the eyes of the management for Boston, then they're not willing to spend that extra $180 million in luxury tax if they were to keep all those guys.
Right.
So I don't know if the Celtics are done with moves so far, but Drew Holiday's gone, championship level guard, one of the better defenders in the league, if not arguably the best. Mm-hmm. Then, Porzingis is gone, inconsistent, in and out of the lineup with injuries. When he was healthy, when he was playing, big time difference maker. But if you're not going to win a championship next year, don't worry too much about that. Jaylen Brown, I think, could potentially be moved from the Celtics. Are they really going to blow it all up? Do they think they have absolutely no future with this team? I mean, they could really get something significant for Jaylen Brown. Mm-hmm. He's still only like 27, I believe, and he has places he can improve still. Mm-hmm. He's a championship level shooting guard, and any team who's trying to win a championship would want a guy like that.
Right.
Strong, physical, consistent scorer, good on defense, can pass the ball, can rebound.
Fair.
So from there,
wasn't Desmond Bane? Wasn't he transferred for like a ton of picks from Orlando?
Let me pull up exactly what it was.
I think it's more up.
So Orlando and Memphis made a big time move with Desmond Bane. So Memphis ended up getting Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, so KCP and Cole Anthony, 2025 first round pick, the number 16 pick, which was picked yesterday.
Correct. Yeah.
I believe it was I don't know his name. It's a Chinese center.
Oh.
They're calling him like the Asian Jokic.
Let's go.
We'll see. I haven't watched too much game film on him. I don't even remember his name, unfortunately. But he looks really interesting.
Nikora?
Really interesting. And then a slew of picks and pick swaps that go to Memphis as well for Desmond Bane.
Yep.
Desmond Bane adding onto that squad. I mean, a lot of people are saying it was way too expensive of a trade for Orlando.
That's how much it is now for stars.
But I mean, he's not even really a star. I mean,
he's getting paid like one.
He's getting paid like one. I mean, he's one of the better catch and shoot players in the NBA. But with a catch and shoot guy, typically you don't see them with a handle and with the downhill mentality. Desmond Bane can do it all on offense. He's got a short wingspan, so he's not the best defender. But that Orlando squad, if they had stayed healthy, 2 oblique tears?
Yeah.
I believe for Franz Wagner and Paolo Banchero. You have Desmond Bane on that squad. You still have Anthony Black on that squad. You have Goga Chikadze and Mo Wagner.
Yeah,
you still
Mo Wagner.
That core.
I love me some Magic.
Young and fast, and they got a great coach with Jamal
Mosley. They need to get
Mosley.
healthy. That's all they need.
They really need to just stay healthy. I think they would have been, as high as the 3 or 4 seed in the East if they had just stayed healthy all year. I wouldn't be surprised if you see the Magic get out of the first round maybe in the playoffs next year, especially with this trade.
I like it. And then what else do we got here?
It's a handful of minor trades.
I know the one that I was looking at was the Wizards one, because I was like, what are the Wizards doing? Do they have a plan?
So the Wizards, they're a really interesting situation right now. I mean, obviously they're kind of in a no man's land, bottom of the league situation. Right. So it's like
as always,
that's typically. So it's like that you want to improve a little bit. You still want to get people in the seats of the arena and people paying concessions, buying tickets, right? So first of all, it wasn't a trade, but Chris Middleton accepted his player option. I believe it was slightly upwards of $30 million. So they didn't want that to happen.
Yeah.
Washington did not want that to happen, but it happened. So they're stuck with him. And let's see. Wizards also got C.J. McCollum and Kelly Olynyk in a future second-round pick. Pelicans got Jordan Poole, Sadiq Bey, and the number 40 pick.
Yeah, so the Wizards just got worse.
The Wizards, they got older.
Yeah, and worse, right?
I mean, C.J. McCollum for Jordan Poole, I would say McCollum is slightly better.
But he's old.
Yeah. And Sadiq Bey is young.
Yeah.
Like Sadiq Bey is a young, great role player. 3D.
So, and they gave him up, right?
Yeah, to the Pelicans.
That's insane. And they get Kelly Olynyk? In a second rounder? What are they doing?
I don't know. I don't think there was no reason to make this
That's
trade.
horrible. It looks like the Pelicans got everything they wanted and they gave Wizards trash.
Pretty much.
Well, next trade.
Okay, and then there's
typical Wizards.
Handful. I mean, there's like a bunch of
just pick stuff.
A bunch of pick stuff.
Anyway, the big news as Rockets fans was the Kevin Durant one. We finally got to be in the big news, guys. You guys don't know how excited we are.
It's going to be crazy.
Be so fun. We get Kevin Durant. I know he's old. I know all the different things about him that people don't like, but we get one of the top 10 greatest players of all time.
And we didn't have to blow up our young core
at all.
I mean, just Jalen Green. Obviously, he was an important part of getting us to this point, but we still have Cam Whitmore and Reed Shepherd and Tari Eason.
Yeah,
and
I'm more bummed about Dylan Brooks leaving because I really think Jalen Green leaving makes the team better. Looking back, everyone who I like gets more time. We get to fill in that inconsistent void with one of the best shooters of all time.
Yep.
And we get a better defender as well. So I will miss Dylan Brooks' defense, but we got Eason, we got Amen. We got so many dogs on defense now. Yeah, I'm not worried.
I'm mostly just...
We got Jabari. Jabari's a good defender.
I mean, first reaction I had to this Durant trade was that I was sad that Dylan Brooks was leaving because he really was the, defensive
He made a fan out of me while he was here.
Obviously,
he made a fan out of me.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't a huge fan when he was with the Grizzlies.
Not at all.
I respected his grit and mentality, which was unwavering, unbreakable. But everyone kind of thought he was an asshole.
Yeah.
With the Rockets, he kind of changed. He flipped the script a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't think it's just because we're Rockets fans. I think he literally just changed the way he approached the game because he was getting a big time contract. He was on a 4-year, $20 million every year, and he became a leader.
Yeah.
He had responsibility.
And I think he had the perfect coach.
The perfect coach.
And Ime Udoka was the perfect coach for Dylan Brooks.
I mean, I'm gonna miss seeing him. Before games, just staring at the opponent's bench. He has a ritual. I don't know if y'all are familiar, where it's probably 10 minutes before the game, he just stands there and he just stares at the opponent's bench. It's kind of maybe some say it's corny, but it's kind of like an intimidation.
I've gone into his corniness because it's clear he doesn't care what other people think. Truly does not care.
He's unapologetically himself.
Yeah. And he played his heart out. His defense definitely took a dip this year, but he was our best.
Not crazy.
Yeah, but you're right. It wasn't crazy, but he was our best mismatch post guy.
Oh yeah.
So, overall, you will be missed. But guys, Rockets are going to be so much more fun.
Let's go.
We have more news. Probably NBA news will slow down a little as we go on. But guys, any trades, anything coming up, we're definitely going to be covering it. Coming up, we got some MMA news for you guys, as well as a couple more fun little games. We'll see you guys shortly. And welcome back to the final segment of the Shoot For It podcast. We are on our MMA portion. Guys, there's so much news to cover here, but we're going to make it as efficient as possible. Starting off with the UFC Baku recap. Man, this was a great card.
It really was.
It was a lot of fun. I know a lot of people online said that it was boring and like a lot of decisions, a lot of weird stuff going on. All true, all fair. I'm biased because I'm a Korean, and a lot of my favorite Korean fighters on that card won. Another thing I really didn't like about this card, just wanted to quickly mention this, all the Azerbaijani people in the crowd left after the Fiziev fight. It was pretty much empty for the main card, and it was ridiculously dumb.
Yeah, my comment on that is, like, it was a weirdly timed fight. Because, a fight card in general, because it was like 3 in the morning in Azerbaijan when these fights were going on, when the main card started. It was like 3 in the morning.
Oh, really?
So, like, the energy from the crowd just felt off.
Yeah.
As you can expect.
Yeah, it was quiet.
My question is, why go to these places? This was not really the place where... It's not a great place, like, safety-wise, with what's going on in the world with know, Israel and Iran and everything. It's right in between all that.
Yeah.
So, first of all, there's that. And also, the time difference, when you're still going to try to make it like a regular time fight for American viewers. I think that's really strange to me.
Yeah.
So it's like, why even go there if you're going to upset the people that are actually at the event?
Yeah, and the fighters can't fight at their best ability because they're all fighting at weird times. Like, no one's time zone adjusted, right? Because the American fighters, they're fighting at a weird time, too.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's just a little, background information on the card itself. Let's get into the fights, the meat and potatoes. We're going to start off with, I think, what is, honestly, could be the fight of the year in a lot of ways.
One of the best fights I've seen
ever.
In a long
honestly,
time.
Yeah, in a long time. This was a fight. We got Mata versus Sadikov. Very back and forth. Both were the hammer and the nail. I saw from the beginning that Mata was kind of piecing him up.
He was.
Like, really wrecking house. But Nazim, he endured. He was able to be the nail, and he ended up knocking out Mata, I believe, in the third round.
Second round.
Second round, sorry.
Towards the end.
Yeah, great fight, though.
I was so surprised. Sadikov, he was the Azerbaijani. Yeah. He was stuck in the corner. He got like he was getting
lit
clubbed up. It's probably like 20 strikes landed pretty clean. He was wrapped up, but it was still crashing into his face.
No answer.
And then, like 25, 30 seconds later, he gets out of the pocket and gets his spacing. He started throwing like a little combination where he ended it with a high kick.
That's right.
Multiple times.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, what is going on?
Yeah.
He cut open Mata,
yep.
I believe with an elbow.
I think Mata got gassed too after he unloaded all those punches.
Because he expected the fight to be over.
The finish, yeah.
And the comeback win for Sadikov, very, very impressive. Y'all check out the highlights.
My favorite part, we want to move on since it's a more minor fight, but it was the phone booth fighting. The guys were just in hitting range, and it was just hit to get hit, and it was great to see.
It had everything. It was a smart fight, but also a brutal fight.
Yeah,
you typically don't have that combination.
Yeah. And it was cool to see like the Azerbaijani guy win, and the crowd is going nuts. So great fight overall. Let's move on. Right upstairs to Oralbai versus Musayev. I think that's how you say it. I think this guy's also Azerbaijani. Everyone knew our favorite caveman, Oralbai, was going to dominate this guy.
Yeah, he was a big-time favorite going into the fight, and he looked like he was the favorite. The wrestling just absolutely dominant by Oralbai.
Yeah. I think people think that Oralbai is going to fight like a caveman or like a Neanderthal because of the way he looks.
He kind of does.
But he fights smart and technical. Very technical, very fast, very deliberate. Does not fight like a Neanderthal at all. Fights like a normal Homo erectus.
And I think in his professional career, he has 12 or 13 finishes now.
Yeah.
6 of them, well, I guess technically this is now the 7th submission.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
And he has 6, knockouts.
Wow. Okay, well, there you guys go. Look out for Oralbai. Definitely a contender in the lightweight division. Fights for him, I would really like to see him now go into more of that top, upper echelon of lightweight fighters. Honestly, I want to see him fight the winner and loser of Beneil Dariush versus Renato Moicano, which is going to be coming up soon. So we'll get into that fight later, but that's my opinion. I think whoever wins that fight would be a great matchup for Oralbai.
I'd love to see it, man. Oralbai is a very exciting fighter. He doesn't have very many weaknesses, and I think he can adjust It's very tough. He can adjust his skill set to fight pretty much anybody.
Yeah, and he looks scary. If you saw that guy in front of you in a cage, I'm like, he's gonna hit me with a rock. So, moving swiftly onwards, we got, I guess we can quickly mention the Curtis Blade Rizvan terrible fight. Curtis did claim that he, like, popped one of his MCLs, like, in the first round.
That was interesting. I mean, it did kind of seem like something happened after the first round.
Yeah.
He kind of stopped, he got his foot off the gas.
Yeah.
But
they were both ass, man.
They both,
were
both not the most polished fighters.
It was so bad.
I mean, Rizvan Kuniev, I was surprised with the striking. Obviously, not much speed, not much technicality in the strikes, but when they landed, they were powerful.
Well, dude's also a known PED steroid cheat. Like,
oh, really?
Yeah, like popped like not just like a picogram here and high levels there. No, this guy fully like multiple banned substances in his blood type fighter. So interesting that the UFC even signed him. He was a champion or like a high level contender in the PFL. So in my opinion, interesting that he takes all those steroids and he still kind of looks like a blob.
That's what I'm saying. I'm looking, you're talking about steroids, and this is the guy that's a massive.
That's probably how he got like over it. That's how he got like he went undercover for so long. But yeah, don't really want to get into that fight. I mean, Curtis, heal up. I don't have a
decision
fight
for Curtis. Yeah. I thought low key
Rizvan won, honestly.
Rizvan kind of almost won. But, neither one of them really deserved to win.
Moving on. We got Rafael Fiziev versus Bahamondes. I was really excited for this fight, but it was very technical, but it was kind of boring.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I was interested in like the kickboxing style of Bahamondes. I mean, he was throwing a bunch of wild spinning kicks, a bunch of spinning heel kicks and things like that. Very like risky in terms of spending energy because like I don't think any of them really landed clean. But if one of them had landed, who knows? Maybe that would have gotten the job done for him. Fiziev, obviously, the striking was on point. The takedowns were impeccable. 4 for 4.
And he landed his own takedowns too, I believe.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So I think this one, what struck out most to me was how much they switched their stance. Like it seemed like any time they were in open stance, one of them would switch, and then you'd see another switch, exchange. So I think that was like kind of a fun chess match. But I guess for Fiziev, I still want to see him move down to featherweight. I still think so. Dude, he looks small.
He does look really small,
man. He looks small.
Bahamondes is also really big for this.
He's a big boy. I don't know. I mean, I think he'd do good in either, but I just want to see Fiziev versus, like, honestly, Topuria would be so much fun.
Oh, my God. That would be great.
I would like to see that.
I don't think he would beat Topuria, but it would be a good fight.
I think he's a fun striker. I don't think he has that much power, which is why I think he should go down a division. Bahamondes, too. Dog. I love watching that guy. Gets in your face. Cool, flashy moves, like you said. Both of these guys go into the lightweight rankings and refresh and repeat.
Yeah.
Finally, we got Jamal Hill versus Roundtree. I know how happy you were during this fight, like grinning ear to ear.
This was a great fight, man. I mean, Khalil Roundtree just chopping down that leg. It was disgusting.
It was disgusting. It was. I couldn't even watch.
I mean, there's one. Yeah, Khalil landed one or two of those little calf kicks, and I thought, Jamal would kind of like, be a little bit more reserved about getting into the striking distance, but he kind of just like brushed it off. He acted like nothing was happening.
Yeah,
I just kept
infuriating
down that leg. Yeah, I mean, can you look up, Nick, the picture of Jamal Hill's calf in that fight? Oh my God, it was nasty. Like his right calf was like twice the size of his left.
Yeah, I mean, so while Nick's pulling that up, I did want to quickly mention one thing about both of these guys. They are both very popular fighters in the light heavyweight division, but interestingly, they actually have very minimal experience in the top 5. So I want you to compare guys like Yuri. I want you to keep these guys in your mind, who they fought in the last 5 fights, versus Khalil and Jamal, right? So I'm going to start with Khalil. Khalil, before fighting for the championship, fought Dustin Jacoby, Chris Dawkins, and Anthony Smith.
Old Anthony Smith.
That was his 3 to the title.
There's not really a great picture.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
And then we go to Jamal Hill. And it's not that much better. You got Jimmy Crute, Johnny Walker, Thiago Santos.
Like, I feel like you could definitely say Jamal Hill probably had tougher competition than Khalil.
Yeah, but Johnny Walker and Thiago, I mean, like you got guys like Yuri. Let's see what Yuri fought Volkan, Dominic Reyes, Glover, Alexandre. I mean, he's fought nothing but the like best of the best. The only point I'm making here is that these guys, they are top guys, but just looking back at their record, the way they got to the title was very fast.
Right.
So I want to see both of these guys make more of an impact in that top 5. Jamal, for sure. I have no idea what he's going to do at this point.
I don't know, man. So let's see. What was it? He tore his Achilles? Was it?
He tore his Achilles a little while ago, and he just hasn't been the same.
Right. That's what I'm
like
saying.
you said, looking at this fight, he just looks so awkward, and I don't even like him that much, but I do really respect his skills, and that's why, going into this fight, I was actually leaning towards Jamal. But yeah, man, I don't know. Looking at that fight, like I guess I want to see him against like an Uzdemir, maybe someone in like the low 10s would be fun. But Roundtree, more excitingly, I think should fight Jan Blachowicz.
Ooh, I would love.
I would love to see him fight a grizzled, tough top 5 guy.
That would be fantastic. I would love to see that, man.
Roundtree, I think, just needs to fight a couple more guys for that experience.
Yeah, I mean, I think I still think Khalil has some room to grow because he kept. Maybe it was by design, but it kind of seems like. Almost every fight is pretty much the same recipe for success. He chops down the leg low. He starts throwing the roundhouse kicks to the body. And he doesn't throw a ton of jabs till the end of the fights. And he tries to connect with a big whooping overhand.
Yeah.
So it's like, that works on some fighters, especially Jamal Hill, who's not as mobile as he used to be. One-dimensional. I mean, his footwork has declined significantly since his injuries. And Khalil capitalized on that. Is that going to work against everybody? Probably not.
Yeah,
but the power.
I don't see how he can beat Alex. That's what I'm going to say watching that fight.
I mean, the power and the damage that he inflicts on his opponents is unquestionable. But he needs to be more smart with his fights instead of being a cookie cutter, copy and paste.
Muay Thai guy, generic,
Thai.
right. Yeah, totally agreed with everything Gabe said. I honestly don't really care who he fights. He's an interesting and exciting fight no matter who he gets matched up with in the top contender brackets. So yeah, there's UFC Baku for you guys. We do have some more exciting news from UFC Baku that we'll get into later in the program. But in the meantime, we got an upcoming fun weekend. We got UFC pay-per-view, lightweight fight, 317. We got Topuria versus Oliveira. Do you want to start with a couple of these fights, Gabe? What do we got here? We got Dariush.
Let's start with real quick. Hey,
okay.
Tracy Cortez.
You had to bring up Tracy, bro.
Tracy Cortez is fighting.
Don't let your 2K girl hear that.
Viviana Rajo, bro. That's going to be an interesting fight. I'm tuning in purely for the sport, that's for sure. And Cortez is a minus 225 favorite.
I think we're just going to see here a boring decision. It's
Probably
going to be a boring decision, and Cortez is going to win because she's more famous.
What are we? This is over.
That's Cortez. She's also like in a couple like beer commercials, I think, or like a tequila commercial. I think I saw her on. But yeah, I don't know, man. She's fine, I guess.
She's pretty.
I mean, I wasn't talking about how she looked. I was talking about her MMA record and how she fights. I just think she's a little overrated skill-wise. You're talking for the fans? Well, yeah, guys. I mean, this fight, I guess, go for Cortez because I think it's going to be a boring decision and Cortez is going to win. So
okay, hopefully Araujo doesn't mess up Tracy's face too much. That's all I'm saying.
There we go.
Okay.
All right, going on to the other fights.
For the main card.
We got my favorite Assyrian, Beneil Dariush.
Let's go.
Versus Money Renato Moicano.
I'm honestly so hyped for this.
Dude, I love myself some Dariush and I love myself some Moicano. Funny enough, the first Moicano fight I saw, I don't know if y'all knew this, he was a top-ranked featherweight before he was a lightweight at all.
Oh, really?
He was in like the top 6, top 5. And the first fight I saw was him versus the Korean Zombie. Korean Zombie had just come back from the military a couple months or maybe a year in. Like, it was pretty recent.
Oh, wow.
And he knocked out Moicano round 1. And so I was like, man, this guy's a scrub, right? I thought this guy was total garbage. And then I started watching Moicano, and I was like, oh, this guy's fun. And, his offensive jiu-jitsu is fun.
He's great.
That being said, dude, I think Dariush is a dog. I think that his jiu-jitsu matches up very well. And I think the best matchup to watch here is his matchup against Gamrot. Okay. Gamrot was totally like trying to take him down the whole fight. Dariush defended everything, countered him beautifully. I think this is a good matchup for Dariush. I think this is going to be Moicano trying to bring it to the feet. Because here's the thing. Dariush is a lot more comfortable, in my opinion, on the feet than Moicano. Maybe not technically, but Moicano just uses his stand-up skills to get himself on the ground.
Exactly.
Dariush is willing to stand, bang, and try to knock you out.
Exactly.
So I think that's the difference. The only thing about Dariush, the last point I want to bring up before you bring up your points, is his chin. He's taken a lot of time off, so I think hopefully that'll help. But he has been brutally knocked out twice in his last few fights, so that's my worry.
A couple of things. I mean, I do agree with exactly everything you're saying.
Yeah.
You know, MOICANO with the offensive grappling, I think is slightly more technical than Dariush, but Dariush has the strength advantage when they're on the ground. Both of these guys proven to have a solid gas tank, so I don't think that's going to be an issue for either of these guys. I think the power and the timing of Dariush is better on the feet in the stand-up game, so we'll see what happens. I think the interesting point here is that Dariush, he has a lot on his mind, right, with what's going on in Iran, and you know, with all this.
That's a good point, actually.
So, but my question to you about what's going on, you know, geopolitical stuff. We're not going to get into it, but does that provide a spark of motivation for Dariush, or is that a distraction?
That's a great question. I mean, what I know about him is that he left Iran because of persecution. So I don't think if I had to guess, and I know like everyone who's talked about him like says he's the most American guy like you can meet. Has guns, barbecue, you know, like loves loves the red, white, and true. You know,
probably
like
he's not.
I mean that
yeah.
But that is something. Well, I mean he's rooting for the people of Iran, and I'm sure he has a lot of people he still has strong connections with that are there. And just to comment, like a lot of these immigrants that come from countries that have a really demeaning and like
troubled
government system, they come to the U.S. and they live it up. And they totally accept
absolutely
being American.
Yeah, and Beneil just opened his own gym, so he has his own gym now. And he's
American dream.
Yeah, he's constantly training. So I'm unabashedly, biasedly a Beneil Dariush fan, and unbiasedly, I think that this is a great matchup for him. Yeah. MOICANO is not a knockout threat on the feet. That's the only way. Like, because if you remember last time he fought Charles, he actually took Charles down. He out wrestled and out grappled Charles. He just got knocked out by a head kick. I can't see MOICANO landing any kind of right overhand or a head kick or a left hook like Arbon Saryukin landed, and I can't see him out grappling Dariush either, especially offensively. So my money's on Dariush, man, and I'm gonna think this is a grueling, hard fought 3-round war.
I think so too. I mean, I love both of these guys. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I
love both of them.
The Money Talks podcast
that's a fun one with Gilbert
MOICANO
Burns.
And Gilbert Burns. That is just
his BSD fight sold me when I saw that fight and he just beat Benoit black and blue.
Oh yeah. I mean, so the betting odds is 105 to minus 115.
It's a pick'em. It's basically
pick'em. It can go either way according to the betting odds. Just for contrarian sake, just to be a devil's advocate, I'm gonna go with MOICANO on this one.
Fair, and you know what? I wouldn't be mad at that at all. Dariush, like I said, he's taking a lot of time off, and that could be good or bad. I think it's good because of his chin. The guy has had a lot more time to rest his chin, and I think that's the most important thing for him.
So I don't know. We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens.
Rooting for both these guys. I like them both.
All right, moving on to the last three. We got Joshua Van, Brandon Royval. Dude, I love myself this fight. I love the flyweights, man. It might not be a very fun division and a popular division to some, but I think it's one of the most exciting right now.
Yeah, I mean, these aren't the biggest names in the sport, but I'm really liking how Joshua Van, he just fought a few weeks ago.
He just fought. It was supposed to be Royval versus Manel Cap originally.
Right.
But Cap got injured and Van stepped in. Dude is a dog. I mean, oh my god, I love Van. I started watching a lot of him when he was coming up, and great anti-wrestling defense. Amazing, like he reminds me of Jose Aldo a lot.
Yeah,
when it comes to that.
He does.
Yeah, and his hands are great. Only thing is, he's coming on short notice against a perennial contender, Brandon Royval. Guys really only lost these days to the top dudes. Very frantic, high volume style, good everywhere. Can do it all, and he's fought everyone pretty much. This is definitely Van's toughest test, but you can argue that Royval's gone against much more high pedigree opponents, if you will.
Yeah.
What do you got here, man?
I want to root for Joshua Van. I really do. But like you're saying, short notice, and he didn't really take much damage in his last fight.
I agree.
And, was he in celebration mode for, a week or two, and then he got the call like, hey, you're the backup for this fight? Who knows?
Yeah.
We'll have to see. We don't know what's going on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Royval has been training for he was trying to fight Cop, right?
Yeah.
And Joshua Van is a different style.
Yeah.
but not crazy different. Where
Right.
it's going to make a huge difference that
Right.
his training camp was set for a different opponent. The height advantage of Royval, that could maybe play.
Yeah, Joshua's a small flyweight, which
Yeah.
is crazy to say.
5'5" versus 5'9".
A small fly. Here. That's one of the biggest points is that early, late notice. But I wanted to bring up two more factors here, and these two factors are why I'm actually leaning Van. Okay, so number one, Royval doesn't have much knockout power. High volume guy. Frantic fighting style.
Keeps his distance.
Yeah, all of his fights, they're always frantic, like high pace. And the other guy also lands on him too.
Yeah.
I think Van is tough, and I think he has way more power than Royval, and he might be able to cut through that volume.
Yeah.
Number two, shout out to MMA Guru. He made this point, so I wanted to harp on this as well. I think this is very important. Royval doesn't really have anything to gain from this fight. If he wins, unless Kai France beats Pantoja in the next fight, he's not going to get a title shot, right? He already lost to Pantoja twice. Joshua, if he beats Royval, he's getting a title shot. So what's the motivation levels here, right? Like, Royval, what does this fight mean to him
I didn't even think
versus
about that.
Van?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Where's the hungriness level of these guys? Where's their mentality at? Because fighting is 90% mental. I think that is one of the key factors, as well as the style matchup as well.
Yeah.
The big one, though, that outweighs all of that is the experience and the preparation of Royval, which is why I think this is such a pick'em and, why Van's an underdog. But I'm going to rock with the underdog on this one.
Yeah, I think I'm going to agree with you on that one. I want.
And he's from Texas. I think he's from Houston, Texas. I'm pretty sure.
I'm not sure exactly.
I'm pretty sure. I know he's from Burma or Myanmar, originally. But I think he lives in, like, Sugar Land. So,
wow.
Or, like, Missouri City. So, let's go, Joshua Van!
Let's go. Okay.
All right, championship fights, last two.
So the co-main, Alexandre Pantoja versus Kai France.
Yep.
What are we thinking here, man? I mean, where's this fight
I
going to be?
think Kai France is about to get eaten up.
I think so, too. I don't really have a lot of high hopes for Kai.
He has a puncher's chance, basically. And
I guess
what? Pantoja's chin is made of iron. And he is going to just scramble all over France and smother him. Honestly. I still can't believe Pantoja's, like, still this unpopular.
Really,
like, he's ran through everyone. He's
really
like one of the great. Him and Demetrius Johnson are the two best flyweights of all time, and he does not get that. He does not get that respect. So, I'm rocking with Pantoja on this one. I don't even think there's much to say. France.
Let's go Pantoja. I'm just going with that.
Yeah, France. That if we had a lock, I think it's that one.
I think in the main card, it looks like that's the only one that I'm like, okay, he's going to win this one.
Yeah, that's the one I'd pick first, for sure.
Okay.
I don't even know how he'd win except knocking Pantoja out, which I've never even seen Pantoja get knocked out.
I don't think so.
So.
I mean, he's a minus 238 favorite for Pantoja.
Completely
I think by the time the fight rolls around, it's going to be an even bigger favorite.
Yeah. All right, guys, our last and most important fight here, we got Ilia No, he's not El Matador anymore. La Leyenda Topuria.
When did he change it?
A couple months ago. I think
Matador is way better.
Way better, right?
What?
La Leyenda is so dumb. The legend. That makes you sound like such a cornball.
Yeah, you can't call yourself a legend.
It doesn't matter. Both of those nicknames have nothing against Charles Du Bronx Oliveira. That is probably one of the coolest nicknames. Man, I love both of these guys. Ilia, he's the fighter that I've watched the most recently. Just like studied his tape. I've watched all of his UFC fights, and I've watched most of his regional fights. If you watch some of his older previous fights, mostly submission, dominant ground game. Dude out wrestles everyone, continues to maintain good jiu-jitsu position, submissions, rear naked chokes, guillotines, you name it, he got it. High level Brazilian black belt. And then as he's gotten higher and higher, somehow he's become a knockout artist.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. This is exactly what you want to see. I mean, we've talked about, guys who've had room to grow, both basketball and MMA. But this guy who's a champion already, he's moving up a weight class, and he's still improving.
It's crazy, man. He knocked out Max Holloway, who had never even been knocked down. He had never even lost his footing from a shot.
That was just
and he
shocking.
knocked him out with one hook.
I could not believe my eyes with that fight.
And the thing is, with Oliveira, and I guess we're going to start getting into our predictions here, unlike Volk, he doesn't move backwards. He just marches forwards, hands in the air, tries to clinch, and I think this is a perfect recipe for Ilia to get a first-round knockout.
First round knockout? You think first round?
I think it's... Because usually Ilia's the guy moving forward, and everyone's skating around him. I don't think Charles is going to do that. I think the biggest, as sad it is to say, Oliveira's biggest advantage and his key to victory is the fact that he's a lightweight and he's bigger and he's stronger and he's longer than Topuria. So I think he's, the only way he can win is to use that and overpower him. So it's kind of like either he wins or he gets knocked out fast, kind of. Yeah, is the way I see it.
Well,
his key to victory is also the most dangerous way to do it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. I mean, let me ask you this. So, I mean, I'm not super knowledgeable about jiu-jitsu in particular. How is Topuria's jiu-jitsu defense?
I mean, the dude just has fantastic jiu-jitsu everywhere.
Because I know he's great on the
offensively
side.
Good and defensively good. And I'd say offensively he's more known because Ilia's never been the nail. We've never seen him be the nail. Never. We've seen Charles be the nail plenty of times. And I'll say this about Charles, what we do know about him: great offensive wrestling, pretty piss poor defensive jiu-jitsu.
That's gonna be I noticed. That's why I asked the question.
Because like anyone who does follow him to the ground that knows what they're doing has beaten him. Islam, back in the day, Paul Felder even beat him. Yep. Like you have guys that he has 10 losses. He's lost submission. He's lost knockout. He's lost TKO. I mean, there's a recipe to beat Charles, man. There's a recipe to beat Charles. He's going to get touched.
Hey yo.
I think that this is about as sure as I can be, other than the Pantoja fight.
It looks like the bettors,
I don't see how Charles is going to win.
Bettors are agreeing with you with a minus 440 for Topuria. I loved Oliveira.
Me too, man. I love Oliveira.
He's had moments where he's been up and down in his career, and I've been watching a lot of press stuff with Topuria recently, and he was talking about how when Charles gets rocked, when he gets wobbled, when he falls to the ground, there's a lot of times where he mentally, because he's lost 10 fights already as a professional, he kind of mentally gives up. That's something that you can't do as a fighter. If you're a fighter and you get rocked, you have to bounce back, and that's a tendency that Oliveira doesn't have. So as much as I like Oliveira and I want to see him win this, I totally agree with what you're saying. I don't think he's going to really do anything that's going to threaten him too much. Besides, maybe somehow he gets into like a advantageous
clinch
jiu-jitsu.
I think the only way Charles can go, and this is the last point I'll make about this, is he has to clinch Ilia, get in on him with some underhooks or a whizzer or something, and drop him to the ground and do some offensive jiu-jitsu. If he stands with Ilia, he's gonna lose.
I mean, he's bigger, and he's got the reach advantage and stuff. But
reach has never been a problem.
Like what? I mean, I don't see Oliveira tapping him out. I just don't see it. But he could maybe get some light work on the stand up and then get like ground control time.
Maybe. But guys, we're being hopeful here. If you're gonna bet Topuria by knockout.
For sure.
And if you have my opinion, I think they're gonna march forward to the middle of the cage. There's gonna be a flurry, and then we're gonna see Topuria raise his hands. Nick, do you have any comments before we move on to our final segment here with the MMA? No points.
I agree. I mean, Charles Oliveira, he's a legend, but like, what you've been saying, this guy is he's a knockout artist now. He's knocking people who've never been knocked out before. Right. And Charles Oliveira, he's cuckoo crazy. He doesn't back down. So,
true.
I think they're gonna rush to the middle, like you said. Yeah. There's gonna be, I'm imagining like that cartoon thing where like
that smoke cloud.
Yeah. And then the next second it's just Charles Oliveira.
Yeah, on the ground. Just agreed.
Just like,
that's how I see it. La leyenda. So there you go, guys. That's our predictions. We're gonna give you guys a little recap, obviously, next time on our videos. Before we wrap up and conclude our episode today, we got to talk about our one final thing. At UFC Baku, just a week ago, Mr. Jones retired.
Let's go!
Want to keep this short. Jones doesn't deserve it. Dude's like just some idiot. I don't like him. I think the biggest thing here, I see a lot of legends congratulating him and being the best ever. And maybe you're right. Maybe when it comes to his record and his resume and everything about what he's done for the sport.
Becoming champion so young.
You could make the case that he's Michael Jordan. But let me put it this way. Would Michael Jordan have retired like that? Would Kobe have retired like that?
Jordan retired 3 times, though.
Yeah, but every time there was a lot of fanfare and news about it. This one, it was in the middle of the night in Azerbaijan. They were just like, oh yeah, he's
at
retired.
4 in the morning, Azerbaijan.
Bye Jon. Like, the dude just left a sour taste in everyone's mouth with his attitude. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter your accomplishments. It doesn't matter how good you've done in the sport. If you treat your fans and if you treat the sport like that, then people are going to dislike you. And there's nothing that anyone can say to defend that behavior. Doesn't matter what your record is.
I totally agree. I mean, I'm just going to... the title of this video is going to be Azzhair Bye Jon. Bye, Jon.
Oh, Azzhair Bye Jon.
Bye, Jon. Bye.
Yeah,
man. I mean, I've never seen the GOAT of a sport have this controversial of a retirement. Yeah. It's so abrupt. It's been, years in the making for this Tom Aspinall fight that he was supposedly going to sign a contract. Dana White, he was thinking that, okay, we finally got him to commit to something. Yeah. Maybe he's going to sign the deal.
Can you imagine if Adam Silver just was like, oh, by the way, LeBron's retiring. Bye, guys, in China? That's basically what just happened.
Yeah, I mean, and like Jon Jones was tweeting to Francis Ngannou about doing a super fight where I don't even remember.
Alex Pereira too.
Yeah, I mean, it's like he's talking before he retired, announced his retirement. He's talking about doing this. It's like you can't be doing it. It's like LeBron saying, "Hey, Shanghai Sharks, so y'all gotta pay me $200 million. Yeah. I can go play a couple games for y'all."
Yeah,
it's
ridiculous.
Like, before he retired.
Yeah, doesn't make sense.
It's like he's doing all this stuff. I mean, he's got legal trouble.
He just got pulled over by the cops again.
Yeah, pulled over. By the cops supposedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
I mean, allegedly, he apparently left the crime scene.
Yeah.
And he left a passenger in the car as a female who was, clearly under the influence
half
of
naked.
Something. Yeah,
no,
half naked.
No bottom clothes.
And he was like, I don't know if it was his car. I don't know. The details aren't.
It was her car.
It was her car.
She said that Jon was driving it drunk and he crashed it and then ran away from the scene. No one's surprised.
And then that news came out it's an older case. It happened in February actually, but but that news started recirculating right after he retired. That's a trending topic. I've never seen a GOAT of any sport have this kind of.
He deserves it, man. He deserves it, and at the end of the day, no one's gonna care about his accomplishments because of the way that he acted. Nick, do you have any thoughts before we close out our show here today? No?
Azzhair Bye Jon.
Azzhair Bye Jon. Alright, guys. We hope you guys enjoy the UFC Charles Oliveira Lightweight Championship with Ilia Topuria. We had a great time, recording this episode. We hope to see you guys in the comments. And, Gabe, you want to close it out?
I mean, I am kind of sad that the NBA season is done. But, there's so many things to look forward to. Off-season trades.
We're going to get into the draft next time, too, for you guys.
Day 2 of the draft is today. And we don't have to get into the draft today at all. Yeah. But the WNBA, maybe we'll bring some content to y'all about WNBA. I mean, I'm going to need some type of basketball content to watch. I am also a big fan of the Big Three. Yep. So if y'all want to listen to me talk about other sports than just that NBA, I'm tuned in to WNBA and the Big Three, the basketball tournament, all this stuff. I'm locked into that. So let me know if you want to hear that. 26th season for the Rockets. We're excited. I mean, bro. There's so much I want to say. Yeah. We'll save it for next episode. Yeah. Y'all better come check it out.
All right, guys. Keep it cool. Remember to shoot for it. And we'll see you guys on the next episode.
Shoot or shoot.